How we doing out there tonight? How's everybody feeling? Let me know. Give me a 11 in the chat if you can hear me. And let me know if there's a lot of lag or anything. I am trying out slightly different internet options today. I got a new extender in the room that I'm in, so hopefully my internet might be a little bit better. We'll see. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you feel, how you looking, how I'm sounding. Same. I was literally about to go to bed, and then I got a tweet notification. 11, and it's good, smooth as paper. Good. Hopefully, it's not as smooth as sandpaper. 11, good. Me staying up specifically for these streams. If y'all are staying up too late, go to bed. I don't mind, but I'm surprised you never put the updated hue neutron in the slideshow. Did I not? I might have, I might not have. I'm sorry if I forgot to. If it's not in this one for this stream, I will definitely have it for next time. Just remember to ping me or something on Discord. We'll get there. Let me switch. Ha. Here we are. So, how are y'all this evening? I hope you're good. We're just kind of waiting on getting people here. I'm gonna turn the music down just a tad. So here's the premise for tonight's stream, and it might be a little disappointing. I don't know. Hopefully not. I'm only doing the base 10. Well, I'm not even doing the base 10. I'm doing 8. This is basically me working for an upcoming video. So I already have sketches, and you'll see them as we go, but I'm starting with WildMut here. We need to tweak these sketches and update them, get them a little bit more closer to the actual Ben 10 style, and then do line art and color for these. So I won't be taking any requests. I won't be doing Cannonbolt or Wildvine or iGuy or Walkatrout or Crash Hopper or anything like that. I'm just doing the 10 that he potentially could have access to, if that makes sense. But yeah, we're just doing the first season or whatever options. So we do have WildMut here, and should I go through all my ideas, all my sketches, and show you guys my options? Because I like them, but I don't know if y'all want the reveals. There are a couple of them that definitely need tweaked. This isn't disappointing at all. Good. Good. All right. Do you guys want to see all the options, or do you want to be surprised? I suppose maybe I could make a poll for this, right? But I love when artists go in depth with their explanation on the art. Right. Exactly. Surprised. Okay. Want to see. So we got one vote for each. I kind of just want to show you. I mean, you're going to see them all eventually anyway. So I'll show you all the ones I've done, and we'll just do it quick, and then we'll start on WildMut here. And then we can even come up with names for these. If, I don't know if Kevin would call the aliens anything, right? Or if he would call them by Ben's names. But I remember at one point where he calls Diamond Head Rockhead, right? So, whatever. Hi, how are you today? I'm Potato's friend from Discord. Oh, cool. Well, if you're new here, Irish Simmer, welcome. We're doing Ben 10 today. We're doing Ben 10 every day. We're doing Kevin 11 specifically. So, yeah, we have WildMut, which is one that I don't think needs much tweaking. And then we have Accelerate, which is one that I definitely think needs tweaking. He is a little rough. I don't like his general features. Then we have Gray Matter, one that I very much like. One of Kevin's normal human-sized arms. He doesn't get as small as Gray Matter. I think he gets just a little bit smaller. And then we have Ripjaws, which I like a lot. I think his pose maybe needs some tweaking. But overall, he's not bad. Furry Fido. Savage Mutt, yeah. Stinkfly, I like a lot. I put more effort into him than I think is normal. He's got like these little protuberances that haven't quite turned into eyes yet. Ghost Freak, I think I also want to tweak a little bit. Maybe we can just do more with him in the color stage. But I don't know. I don't like the expression that he has. He looks kind of dumb. I don't know. Then we have Upgrade, which I like. And we have Diamond Head, which I think could also be tweaked. But let's just start with Wild Mutt. And what I'm going to just do here is... And I probably should make a video about the style guide of Ben 10. Because... Or at least as far as I can tell. Because there is a very specific style guide. But it gets, you know, a little muddled along the way for some people. And I would like to help explain a little bit about, like, how I go about doing these things. So this is going to be kind of me tweaking the sketch and doing line art at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, man, do I... I think for some of these I'm going to have to go in and tweak the sketch beforehand, but I'm pretty happy with this one as is. But I am going to, like, change certain things about the art style as I go, if that makes sense. Like these little hairs and stuff. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But for Wild Mutt, Wild Mutt's my favorite. We got to start with him. And I think, like, I think I'm just going to do the line art for this one, right? Turn the stabilization up. These look awesome so far. The only thing about Ben 10's art style I know is that the eyes and the ears. Yeah. For a while, I tried to do Generator Rex art style for my art. That one's very similar to Ben 10. It's actually a lot more similar to the Ben 10 like classic art style than I realized. I was looking at some stills of it recently for, I don't know, just because I was talking about it with a friend. And, yeah, it's very similar to the classic series art style, but since it was all done, it was done after Ben 10, they learned a lot from Ben 10 as a whole, and I think what they learned is that, well, the human proportions are a little bit more realistic, I mean, ever so slightly, but one thing that they started adding to certain scenes is, like, a gradient over the characters in the background to, like, blend them together more. And I think that is very effective. And it makes, like, replicating that art style, maybe not more difficult, but a little bit more specific. I know Wild Mutt doesn't actually have these kinds of teeth, but real canines have these, like... Or not, maybe not canines, but I know cats specifically have, like, these kind of double teeth. So I wanted to work that in there. The black lip that Wild Mutt has in there. He's got that very distinct black lip that I really was upset with when they didn't do it in Alien Force, and I feel like the Alien Force, like, orange lipped version of Wild Mutt or whatever, that had to just be a coloring error on his model sheet, right? Because, like, the line for the lip is there, but it's just colored orange. I don't know why they would do that. It struck me as very weird. That music goes hard. If the music is too loud or too quiet, let me know. can and will change it. I am a little, maybe not self-conscious, but conscious of the music at the very least. I'm going to turn the stabilization down. Okay, so, question. Kevin, specifically, is much more... He lost his lipstick, woe was me. Kevin is a lot more chaotic and jagged than Ben is. So should I do the big, like, Frito-shaped Volpomancer mustache or beard thing that, you know, like the quills or whatever? Or should I do more, like, spiky, furry ones? Whoa! I just got some fan art. That's cool. I like that. Is this a... This looks like an edit. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll share it in a minute when we do the art tax segment. But music doesn't really matter to me. I'm listening to a playlist on low while watching this. Okay. Ben 10 aliens are really cool. Yeah, thank you. Art tax this stream. Yeah, we might do one a little closer. I don't know. We'll do one in a few minutes. If I need a break or something. No, not brush density. Oh, no wonder it was weird. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Get rid of all that. Turn that, and then change this down. Ugh, no wonder I was having issues. I think I'm going to kind of go halfway in between and do like an angled spine for Kevin, because his version of Wild Mutt should be a little bit more, for lack of a better term, feral than Ben's, because Kevin at this stage was a much more, you know, morally bankrupt kid. I would love to do a video someday, kind of similar to, oh, who is it? There's somebody on Team 4-Star, the guy who plays Goku and Gohan and stuff. He does these videos, where he kind of like dissects like what if stories and his take on like what would happen if blank happened in Dragon Ball, like what if Frieza never died, or what if Vegeta never came to Earth, or whatever, like those types of what if stories. So I would love to do that with Ben 10 sometime and do a like what if Kevin actually joined the team earlier on, after the first episode of Kevin, or after the first episode with Kevin 11, right, where he like they offer like, hey, you could come with us and kind of be part of the Tennyson trio here. Like, what if he had accepted that offer? I wonder how Ben 10 as a show would have changed and given Kevin this like redemption arc. I think that would have been a cool concept to explore. But this is what I got done. So far, I'm adding to it. Ooh. That's cute. I like that. Is that that's my female avatar as a magical girl? Okay, well, we'll share these during the art tax. We'll get there. But for the time being, I definitely want to finish Kevin first. Or finish this version. I can give an option for... Can I give a option on anime art style? Sure. What if Kevin actually stopped breaking doors? Action Jackson. But I want to see a Dinobot and Insecticon transformation. I am probably not the guy for that for you. I'm sorry. I'm not a Transformers fan personally. Not that I'm not a fan of Transformers. I don't follow it, or I'm not like in the community or whatever in any way. And I also just don't like drawing robots. I'm sorry. Well, that's not entirely true. I like robots a lot. What young boy doesn't grow up liking robots, right? But in that regard, they are difficult to draw. What if Gwen was the Kevin role? What if Gwen was the Kevin role? Like Gwen was evil? I'm not sure what you mean. I love Grimlock. Oh yeah, Grimlock is great. Lenny. Yo, AJ Morning. Hey, what's up? There's a lot of people in chat right now. Or at least, it feels that way. The chat is moving, and I'm having trouble keeping up with it because I'm focused on doing this line art. Okay, so I have a question, and I feel like I should know this, because Wildmutt is my favorite alien, but maybe this is something that I fabricated from somewhere, or maybe it was in some sort of media. Can Wildmutt fire his quills? Are these even quills, or is it stylized fur? Because somebody I was talking to recently, like, hadn't heard about the idea that Wildmutt could fire his quills, and I don't know where that idea came from for me, because I came upon that idea at some point, but I don't know where that idea came from. I can't pinpoint it. The quill thing sounds eerily familiar. Yeah, coloring is the funnest part for me. Can he? Yeah, he can. Is this some sort of Mandela effect? In episode 1, when he tracks something, they go up. Nah, it's just fur. It's from a pop-up? It might be from pop-up trivia. I don't know. I always felt in my brain that he could fire these quills, but I genuinely don't know if that's the case now. I'm second guessing myself. Did he do it in the live action movie? Yo, just joined the live stream. What did I miss? Nothing much. We just got started. Welcome. We're talking about whether we actually think Wildmutt can fire his quills, and some part of me believes that he can, but I genuinely don't know where I came across this information. I even included it in my Monster Hunter video when I drew Wildmutt, oh, that's an attack they have, is they can fire their quills. And I took that, from Wildmutt, but I don't know if that's actually in the thing. The porcupine-like quills on Wildmutt's back supplement his sonar and can also serve as weapons, either projecting him while he's rolling, or as projectiles fired off at will. Really, where did that info come from? What is it on the wiki, or is it on the... Where's that from? It was never shown or brought up. I think you're confusing Argit with Wildmutt? No? Because I know that, he could fire them off or whatever, but they never did anything, other than just being projectiles. But I don't think he ever did it in the classic series. I always thought they were, sensors. Interesting. I got that verbatim from the wiki. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to figure out specifically where that is in reference to. Because, I don't remember it specifically from the classic series. I remember it from... I don't know, somewhere. I think for some reason, to me, it feels like it either came from a pop-up trivia or the movie, the Race Against Time movie. Did he do that in that movie? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Also, I'm not doing this line art on a vector layer, and I just realized that. But I did learn something. I can click on this layer and go to convert layer to vector. And it'll just do it. And then I don't have to worry about erasing. And I can probably convert it back and forth pretty easily to be able to do like color fill stuff, which is cool. Anyway, it was never shown in Race Against Time. 8 people. Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out at some point. I feel like it's a thing. Wait, was it in one of the games? Like one of the, like, not like the PS2 game or anything, but one of the, like, Cartoon Network, like, .com Flash games? Maybe. I don't know. I got that info from somewhere. This didn't come from my brain. I know I like learned it somehow. Either way, it's not that important, but I don't know, it's just an interesting thing I was thinking about. All he did in the movie was roar, run and jump, and smash on the portal with Gwen's frozen body. Eon. Oh, smash Eon in with Gwen's frozen body. I haven't watched that movie in a while. Is that actually what happened? I'm making a Wildmutt Ultimate who uses his quills more right now. Cool. I mean, yeah, cool. Yeah, I always called them quills, but I didn't actually know. Like, if maybe they are just stylized fur that are just blocky for some reason. I don't know why they would do it that way when there's so much easier ways to do fur, but like, I don't know, not arguing. It's a cool design. Also, I feel like, hold on, Kevin 11 kid. I need to see, are his shorts actually ripped, or am I confusing that with just his sleeves? His shorts are kind of ripped. They're very lightly jagged. They're not like super ripped. Okay, cool. Wow, you do your line art like really fast. I mean, that's my whole gig, right? I'm the fast artist. I don't know why I'm the fast artist. I always kind of knew I was a fast artist, but like I never intended to be fast. I wasn't like racing to get things done as a young kid or anything. I just am fast. I don't know. And I know it makes some artists angry. It's like, oh my god, how do you get so much stuff done in so little time? Like, oh, I just do it. Like, why are you so slow? But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always kind of been a fast artist, but I don't know how or why that is the case. Just read on the wiki. Apparently it says you can shoot them off of him as well as defense. Yeah, line art is the baseline. Line art is the bane of my existence. One thing I can tell you is that stabilization is your friend if you can find a program that has it, and that vector layers, specifically in Clip Studio Paint, have been a godsend for me because of this specific thing I will demonstrate in a moment. Specifically with his shoe, actually, I can do it very easily. So I'm just gonna drag his knee down and create the boot of his shoe. And then I'm gonna grab this and go around. I say grab like I'm actually like moving something. But I can just do a line there, and then I can do this line, this line, this line, this line. Connect that like that. Go straight down and be very messy with the line art here. And here's why. Because I can grab my eraser. This is a vector type layer, so I can just grab my eraser and it will just erase right to the line where it intersects. And it's just amazing. You don't have to worry about cleaning anything up. I mean, there are a couple little areas like the one I'm doing right now, but you don't have to worry very much at all about like getting stuff like perfect. You can just go, and it's so freeing. And yeah, I still try to be cleanly with my line work, because, you know, the cleaner it is, the less you have to clean up in the long run, right? But overall, having a vector layer allows you to be a lot more messy and get away with it. Mouth? What? Why does Ben's Vulpamaster transformation have a mouth and the other Vulpamancers have the kind of... Oh, like their teeth? I actually have a headcanon about that. And I will explain it. I was thinking about this recently. For a long time, my headcanon was every time we see a Vulpamancер with, like, this type of mouth, where they've got the 4 big teeth and the smaller ones, and then the, like, the veins or what. That, every time we see one of those, I always thought it was a female Vulpamancер. That was my original headcanon. Because Ben, even as an adult, has the wild mutt mouth, right? I have a new theory about Vulpamancers. Pure Vulpamancers from the planet Vulpin probably have mouths similar to Ben's. And the DNA for wild mutt would have been taken from a pure Vulpamancер from planet Vulpin. Most likely. Meaning that... And the reason I think this, is because every Vulpamancер that we see in Ben 10 comes from the Null Void, right? Anytime we see a Vulpamancер that has that type of mouth, it has come from the Null Void, to my knowledge. Like, even the ones in the first episode with Phil, those aren't pure Vulpamancers, or at least in my brain, they're not pure Vulpamancers because they didn't come from Planet Vulpin. They were moved to the Null Void, and then they lived there, bred there, and evolved there, and over time their mouths changed because their food source changed, and they needed to be able to hunt larger things, they needed to be able to eat more exclusively meat, so now they don't have the, like, plant-based teeth, right? It's like, because wild mutt has teeth that can ingest meat, sure, but he also has, like, flat teeth, like a herbivore would have. So it means that wild mutt specifically is an omnivore, but the Vulpamancers we see in a lot of Ben 10 they have that one weird mouth, meaning that they are more strictly carnivores. And they're probably still omnivores, but, like, they have evolved to eat more meat. That's actually genius, both of you. I got a new headcanon. I assume they evolved differently. Yeah, it's weird how we don't see any native Vulpamancers. Can you say is Hugh Neutron, I got all your powers plus my own Jimbo. It's just around the block from Mr. McSpanky's. Why would someone put Vulpamancers in the Null Void? That's actually, yeah. So now I've got a new headcanon. I think the reason Vulpamancers ended up in the Null Void to begin with is that, like, warlords probably used them as guard dogs or attack dogs or whatever, because they're not as smart as a normal person. They're probably a little easier to manipulate and probably easier to use as, like, a minion or whatever. So along that vein, yeah, they would end up being lumped in with, like, if a bad guy came to Earth and he had a couple Vulpamancer pets that he would sick on people, a couple Vulpamancers get sent to the Null Void, and then they have to procreate from there, right? So, because, you know, animal instincts. So they would just create a bunch of Vulpamancers in the Null Void. Or maybe there was some schism on planet Vulpin, a bunch of bad Vulpamancers that started attacking plumbers or something, or I don't know, it doesn't matter. There's any number of excuses that you could come up with for why a Vulpamancер would be in the Null Void, but my headcanon is that, like, they're easy to manipulate, and they can be used to do bad things. My only recommendation for doing Ghost Freak is Keiju outline it. with dark purples to make it creepy as intended. Oh, yeah. Yes, do the outlines in dark purples. I'll think about that. We'll see. There's a lot of different ways I can play with that. Okay. So line art for Wild Kevin is done, I think. I feel like the lock on his chest is a little small, so I'm gonna make that bigger. And I guess with chat, what would Kevin call this transformation of his? Because Ben names all his transformations, why wouldn't Kevin? Kevin is kind of supposed to be the opposite of Ben, but like an equal opposite. So, if Kevin were going to name this look, what would he call it? Rabid Mutt, Beast Mode, Furry Fido, Savage Mutt. Where can I find your art of your Ben 10 alien of Koji Koda? I still need to upload those to Twitter. I'm sorry, but yes, I will. Dogbound. What about, I like Rabid as an idea, or Savage, or like, yeah. Then again, Kevin, when he's older, thinks that Ben naming scheme is just dumb, like Gwen does. Yeah, but I don't know. I like the idea that Kevin would name them, so whatever. Houndmutt, Bashmouth. Since you mentioned he called Diamond Head Rockhead, I imagine his names would be kind of rip-offy. Yes, that's also an idea, right? So, like, yeah, he called him Rockhead, so I think definitely the Diamond Head version would be Rockhead. Like, he's trying to remember Ben's alien nicknames or whatever, but he doesn't actually remember them very well because they weren't mentioned all the time. But he hears about them on the news or whatever, and maybe, in passing. So, like, he knows that it's something head, right? So it's probably like Rockhead, So I think, like, having Mutt in the name is probably pretty good. I think, like, or maybe like Rabid Dog or Savage. I don't know. Yeah, I think Rabid Dog, or maybe just Rabid, like literally just the name Rabid. I will take that down as a note. Rabid. Sabretooth. No, my idea when Kevin comes up with these names is that he threatens other street thugs, and the name his aliens, but they're too scared to come up with anything good. Rabid Mutt does sound good. Yeah, Rabid Mutt. Rabid Mutt isn't too bad. So yeah, so that's what we got. So let's turn the sketch layer off. Rabid Hound. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. We'll workshop the name. Okay, so let's do art tax while we're here. Justin Dowles sent me a couple. One that I think actually, is this an edit? I think it is. But I'm assuming this character's name is Jack. That's why it's been sent to me. But I don't know this character, so I couldn't tell you. But it looks cool. And then the other one they sent was me as a magical girl, which I think is very cute. The white line art or the very light colored line art is kind of throwing me off, but it's not bad. I don't know if you're doing another pass on this or something, but yeah, like, I love the idea. It's cute. I like the little, like, vampire fangs you tend to give me. Or is that something that you've done before? I feel like it is. Kind of. I don't know. Maybe that's just something that you do in your style. Anyway, but yeah. Art tax, for those of you who may not know, if you have done art recently and you want to share it, send it to me on Discord. My Discord is in the description. Just send it as a direct message, and I will share it on stream, whatever. Uh, Mana Funtel? Mana Funtel? Is that how you pronounce that? Made this today. It looks awesome. Let me open it up. It's like a mammoth. Oh, right, let me delete that. Delete this. Yeah. It's like a woolly mammoth psychic mana. Cool. I like this a lot. I love elephants, so this is really dope. Sent you some. Hey, this is another question. If feedback had shown up in the original series, would he have the same popularity as he does now, or kind of fall off in obscurity? That's a good question. I feel like if he had showed up in the classic series, people would call him like a Megawatt ripoff. So that, because like Megawatt kind of came first. So that's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Maybe he would have fallen into obscurity or whatever, but like I feel like if we had gotten feedback, we wouldn't have gotten Megawatt as a transformation. Right? Like Ben 10,000 wouldn't have used Megawatt to take down Anima or whatever in that scene. He would have used feedback. So Mana Elephant and Elemental Mana Fantal. Mana Fantal. Cool. I like that a lot. That's very cool. Very, very neat. That's going to show up in the recording, but whatever. It's fine. I'll just say in the video that this came up on... Yeah, I'll just mention that. Cool. If anybody else has anything to share, send it to me. But for the time being, we're going to, I guess, move on. So this is one that I want to change. I want to change basically the whole sketch. Bull sent me one. Art tax. Ooh, that's nice. That's cool. That's neat. That's nice. Let me open this up. Copy image. Nice. Very, very nice. I like these a lot. These are the ink tank designs, right? Or am I mistaken? These look like 5YL, but I'm not sure if they actually are. Like I know that like Upgrade in 5YL is this color, right? I genuinely haven't read 5YL. I'm kind of waiting for the motion comic thing to come out, and like I want to support that and all that, but don't razz me. If these are your own designs, though, they look awesome. They look cool, but they do remind me of the 5YL. I like these a lot, though. Very neat. Accelerate will be called Crash Course. Yeah. If you just want to say art tax when you send it, that's cool. Okay, what is one alien out of the OG series that Ben unlocks down the line that would fit perfectly in the original series? That's a good question. I feel like Gravitac would have been cool. Clockwork could have been very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Accelerate Kevin. Yeah. They take some inspiration from the tank, but are mostly my own designs. Okay, cool. Jack just doesn't want to read, so he's waiting for the motion to come out to experience it, like his dedication. But that's... I like his dedication, but that's going through far. Isn't it right? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Connor, that's beautiful. Accelerate should be called 8 Zone. It is partially that I don't want to read. I think I might have dyslexia. It's not very severe if I do have it, but it just makes it not fun to read because I get words mixed up, and comics are a little different than like reading. But it's just like one of those things where I like writing more than I like reading. I don't know. I have a bunch of reasons why I haven't watched, haven't read 5YL yet, and the primary of which is laziness, I'll be honest with you. But anyway. Kevin, how do you use this guy so fast? 8 Mile. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay, so let's actually alter a lot of things about this. One thing I really don't like is the head. I think you should have the legs and the tail. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Actually, you know what? Let's just redraw it from scratch. Let's just redraw the Accelerate one from scratch with a little bit better sensibilities. So Kevin's got the long hair, and I want that to like kind of poke out the back, I think. I can't do this in a perfect perspective because, or not perspective, what profile? I need a 3/4. Okay. Maybe Kevin gets a device made from build extrons to use the DNA better. This is not like an AU. This is just like, what if Kevin absorbed... I mean, he said, like, I absorbed enough of that weird watch energy so that I can turn into any one of your aliens anytime I want. The only problem is I can only stay human for a short amount of time. Well, what if all of his transformations in that episode just kind of looked like the Heat Blast and Forearms transformation from this first episode of his? Like, instead of turning into exactly Forearms but without an Omnitrix, he just turned into that big mutant half Kevin, half Forearms thing with the 6 arms again, right? But what if that, but for every alien? That's what the concept is for this. It's hard to explain in a thumbnail, but yeah, I'm just doing like more of those half Kevin asymmetrical weird fusions, right? Like he's utilizing the powers, but he doesn't have enough of the DNA or the energy to fully transform yet. Or if he does, like, he hasn't become the full monster Kevin, full Kevin 11 version that we know. Accelerate is a tough one. I also don't want to shy away from making these things, like, kind of ugly, because Kevin's transformation into Forearms was, like, kind of ugly, you know? So, like, maybe we do give him, like, a little bit of a nose left or something. Or, like, maybe just, like, prominent nose hole. When Kevin is absorbing Forearms and he's in that in-between stage of mutating, it reminds me of Greg Capullo art. Yeah. Actually, since you're doing all of these Kevin mutations, are you going to put your own spin on the Kevin amalgamation that he turns into? I do have an idea for that, but ultimately, no. I'm trying to operate under the idea that these would be, and I put quotation marks around this, canon, right? Like, it's like an alternate chunk of time, or it's the same chunk of time but with different designs, right? Like, imagine the episode where Kevin is impersonating Ben, right? But instead of him turning into the full alien, he's just turning into weird mutants. That's basically the concept. What if while mutating, Kevin's helmet is broken in the process of mutating? That's kind of what I had to begin with. When would you count feedback as part of the original 20? I would say, if at all, he is number 20, right? Like, he comes after Way Big, I think, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't count him as... I don't know if I would count him as the original 20 necessarily, but he is, like... he's there, right? Like, he is canonically one that Ben unlocked, but then he's, like, kind of retconned in Omniverse. I don't know. Feedback's a little weird. I'm actually just going to switch brushes. Gentle Jack sketch. I didn't know if I was going to finish before art tax was over, so that's cute. I like that. If you do finish it at some point in the future and you want to send it anyway, I will put it in the what is it called? Put it in the slideshow. So it's me as a Mentulgen, as a gentleman. It's cute. Thank you. I like it. I like it a lot. He's not an OG alien, but is in playlist 2. Yeah, I guess technically you could call it that. The only time we see feedback is in the Omniverse flashbacks. Yeah. So would that make... So that would... So what would Ben 23, Kevin 11 look like? Would he be called Kevin 24? That's a tough question. Yeah, what would Kevin be like in the Ben 23 universe? I don't know. Does Kevin even exist in that universe? Oh, you know what it would be? 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 It would be 24 Kevin, because it would be like 24/7. That's what it would be. It would be 24 Kevin. Or Kevin 27, that one too. But I like 24 Kevin more. That's funny. Okay, that's pretty funny, yeah. But also, like, Kevin 27 is also pretty clever. It just doesn't fit the, like, one higher number, 1 year older theme. But I guess Ben 23 isn't... yeah, I guess Ben 23 isn't... How old is Ben 23? Like, 13? 14? I don't know, he's not 24. Yo, it's 24 Kevin kicking Ben 23's butt 24/7. Also, he posted this on his YouTube channel. No, on his TikTok. Can I say that Shocksquatch Ben 23's name is okay in my books? I forget what he calls that one. What does Ben 23 call Shocksquatch? Electrieti? Electrieti? It's not too bad. Electricity? Is that what it, I don't know. Yeah, it's like electricity. Actually, this is something that was brought up but never answered. Was how did Ben 23 unlock so many aliens before Ben Prime did? I think the idea is just that, like, he's cocky and lucky. I think Ben 23 in general just has, like, a better Omnitrix in some ways. Like, he is definitely luckier than Prime Ben. And I think he's also, like, he's not 10 years old. I think he's a little bit older than, like, 10-year-old Ben, even though he is played by Tara Strong and has that kind of voice or whatever. So I think he's, like, is he 12 or 13? Something like that. In Omniverse. I'm not, again, I don't know for certain, but, yeah, it's one of those things. So maybe he just unlocked them by accident, or maybe he fiddled with the watch more, or maybe he, like, knows somebody who, like, can kind of code, or, like, he got somebody to fiddle with it, you know? Or maybe his Omnitrix just kind of unlocks them every so often. Like, there's any number of, like, there's any number of possibilities. I made some cerebral crustaceans I'm pretty proud of. I sent those art text. Yes, I did see those. I was going to show those in a few minutes after I'm done with the sketch for this. I'll do another, like, mini art text thing. I don't like his expression. Let's just give him a frown. Okay, from the reboot, what was one alien you thought maybe did better than the main version design-wise? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I never really watched the reboot. I do like Shock Squatch, or not Shock Squatch, I like Shock Rock from the reboot, even though I don't like his gimmick that he brought to the show. Like, it seems like every one of those aliens, or at least, I don't know, every season of that show, I guess, maybe is a better, like, it had too many gimmicks that were, like, geared at making toys, so I didn't like the reboot for that reason alone. Like, I feel like the reboot does have its own merits, and it's definitely not for me, but, like, I just didn't like how corporate it felt. Really, that was my biggest complaint with it. But whatever. In terms of designs that I thought worked better in the reboot than in classic series, I don't think there are any specifically, although there are design elements that I like more from, like, specifically, like, Humongousaur's tail. I think that works well, having the big spiked rock on the end of the tail and having that as an extra weapon, right? Like, that gives Humongousaur a little bit more of a unique take. So there are little things like that, right? Like I like Shock I like Shock Rock. I keep saying Shock Squatch. I like Shock Rock, and I like, that. I will say I like that the reboot brought back the white Omnitrix dial, and kind of took the designs of existing aliens sometimes, and like iterated on them and changed them slightly, but still like kept the classic design and just kind of made it simpler. Like I remember there was like the one kind of big final-ish episode or whatever with Ben 10,000, and that was like the version of Ben 10,000 that we saw in the classic series, but whatever. And he turned into a version of Spider Monkey or whatever. It's one of those things, like the reboot feels strange to me. I pretend that TikTok wrote the script for the Ben 10 reboot, and weird to having the whole fever dream that exists. His face with that smile is one that you make after you catch an absolutely diabolical lick. What? I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay, so I think I have the sketch down for this one. I like it a lot more than what I had, I'll say that much. So I will share, I guess, just the bigger image with the more info on it. Archaeologist Ghost. He doesn't have a head plate. She can make a gas to act like a smokescreen, or shot like blasts of lightning out of her claws. She is a subspecies of the cerebral crustacean. Okay, cute, good enough. Yeah, I like that. And then Dr. Coconut. He is a different species of cerebral crustacean, and he can shoot lightning from his brain, and a smaller, more powerful blast, but they hurt like a son of a gun. Gotcha. So he's based on the coconut crab. Okay, cool. I do like the idea that there are different species or subspecies of cerebral crustaceans based on different species of earth crab. I think that is a very good concept, and I like your concepts and your ideas here. I encourage you to lean away from edits if you can. Or I know that using edits and using bases and stuff is a good way to learn, and I encourage that. But, the more you can get outside your comfort zone, the better. So that's my only advice for you. I think these are good designs, and I wish the best for you going forward in your creative endeavors. Soft shell crab, gotcha. Yep. It's not perfect. As a fan that watched it from the beginning to end, it's decent. Yeah, I think hermit crab brainstorm would be very funny. Yeah, it could be interesting. Reboot has its moments. The people obviously wanted to show appreciation for the franchise and actually gave a crap. But Ben 10, unlike most reboots I've seen, gave a crap about Ben 10, unlike most reboots. Bleh, can't read. I see that, right? There is love that's put into it. It's just the way that it's written and the way that the characters are portrayed is just not for me. Although I will say, I love the relationship that Ben and Gwen have in that show. These, like, best friends that get to go camping and, be heroes and stuff together. Like, Ben and Gwen in the classic series should have acted much more like Ben and Gwen do in the reboot. Because the way that I look at it, like, I was always close friends with my cousins. I didn't get to see them as often as I wanted to. It was like big family meetups and like Christmases and stuff that I got to see my cousins. And like, my sister was like best friends with one of her cousins. Well, one of our cousins. And, same thing. So like, definitely. I would have loved to see Ben 10 be more friendly with the cousin dynamic, but whatever. I know Kuro and Ryan hit the idea of Ben's becoming anime. Your take of Jack if Ben 10 became an anime. Hate the idea. Kuro and Ryan hate the idea of Ben 10 becoming an anime, but what is my take on that? I like the idea, kind of. I think the animation style and concept and stuff of Ben 10 lend itself well to that type of like anime fight scene animation. I would love to see that concept, but I think the writing style of anime, like the Japanese writing style and the Japanese style of comedy, doesn't blend well with Ben 10. So the fight scenes would be great, but I think the writing might suffer in some ways, and that's one thing that I would worry about. So, thanks. I have edit to get my idea down and see them. I'm trying to draw them now. Oh yeah, I mean, if you use edits to sketch and stuff, like that's totally fine. I'm not knocking the use of edits. I'm just saying, like, you know, the less you can rely on them, the better. Obviously, reference is always useful. So yeah, I'm not knocking you there. What if these fingers are like starting to fuse? That's an idea. Like, he's starting to like get that. Yeah, I like that. Ben as an anime, except it's as brutal as Dora the Hero. Yeah, I don't want it to be like a brutal, like bloody mess. I don't think Ben 10 should ever include blood as an aspect. I think it's much... If I was going to do Ben 10 as an anime, I would grab every director and every artist that worked on My Hero Academia and just say, do Ben 10. That's what I would want. Like, the storytelling in My Hero Academia I really like, the character-driven plots and narratives, the action especially, and some of the like fight scenes and cinematic ways that they do that is great. Say what you want about the show as a whole. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but it's one of my favorite animes, and yeah, I would say do that. I'm unsure where I read it. I think someone from the main said they were working on something for Ben 10. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That would be my, like, if Ben 10 had to become an anime, that's my dream team. Either them, or, hear me out, Studio Trigger. They would rock it as well. When you tell My Hero Academians that weighing 600 pounds isn't a quirk. Studio Trigger would also just... The way that they write comedy is also pretty good. They're very expressive with their motion and their characters. And their action scenes are great, but I think their storytelling sometimes is a little weaker. I don't know. It really depends. But anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan of Studio Trigger. Speaking of Studio Trigger, I still need to watch Promare. I don't know if y'all have watched that one. I think it's like the firefighter anime. Yeah, still need to watch that. Why is my line so thick? It used to be like 8. Right, that's what it was for Wild Mutt, right? Yeah, it was about 8. When you tell me... start bringing up My Hero Academia. Not trying to cause a riot up in here. Maybe have American writers and Japanese animators collab. Examples being Thundercats 2011. Maybe. I don't know. I've never watched that show. I don't know if it was any good. But I know that it didn't last long, unfortunately. Seems like those older properties like Thundercats and He-Mans just keep getting revived, but never really go anywhere. She-Ra was the closest thing to like a full series that He-Man got in a long time. And I know they have the newer Netflix series, but like that also has gotten tons of flack, and I don't know if it's been renewed for a second season or a third season or whatever they're on now. So I have no idea. I don't follow He-Man very closely. I don't follow Thundercats. A lot of those older 80s properties are, well, they're from the 80s, right? They are a little beyond me. Or I guess maybe I'm beyond them. I don't know. I still have an appreciation for those things, and I like seeing the toys on the shelves and seeing the appreciation in the fandoms and stuff that I am in. Like, I am the action figure collecting thing, and there's a huge He-Man community there, but like, in Thundercats community and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. Why is this? I think it's just because of the expression, but like I'm getting depowered All Might from this expression. He kind of looks, he's giving me All Might vibes now that we were talking about My Hero. I feel like reboots can be nice and sometimes awesome, but most of the time feel like cash grab. Yeah, like Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff reboots, just kind of lackluster. Reboots are, you want to know what reboots really are? They are not, most of the time, they are not people who are passionate about the project getting to revitalize it for a new audience. A lot of the time, what a reboot is a contract is about to expire for the rights to that property. And big companies don't like when that happens. Big companies like to keep all of their contracts nice and tidy and keep them under one house, under one roof, so that the original creators of those contracts don't become the new de facto owners. Because everything is owned by somebody else now. And everything is owned by like Disney and Viacom. So what reboots are is, oh crap, this contract for Powerpuff Girls is about to expire. We have to make something Powerpuff Girls related and renew this contract. Elsewise, we lose the rights to use Powerpuff Girls and make money off of it. Right? That's what it is. So every, 10 years or so, that's why there were so many Spider-Man movies and so many Spider-Man reboots, is because the Marvel Sony contract was about to expire and they have to make a movie every so many years or the contract runs up. That's why there was the new Fantastic Four movie that sucked, the Fan-4-Stick movie that was just terrible. They didn't matter if that movie was good or bad. All that it needed to do was exist. And for, movie executives, it did its job. Like, oh, we still own Fantastic Four because we made a movie with it. Like, we're still using this property, because a lot of those contracts have clauses in them like, oh, if you do not use this property in X amount of years, it defaults back to blankety blank, right? Parent company. Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder is the worst I've seen. No love in that reboot. It's not even a reboot. It's just terrible. And I would say, personally, best thing you can do about reboots is not watch them at all, even in a hate-watching way, because you're still giving it revenue. So, if there is ever a project or something that you don't like, don't watch it out of hate or because it's so bad it's good. Let reviewers listen to them, watch them, whatever. Like, you know, if that's their content and that's their livelihood, yeah, let them do it. But I encourage every reviewer, like, if you are a person that makes that kind of content where, like, you watch the so bad it's good movies or watch the so bad it's good shows, a lot of times they're just not even so bad they're good, they're just bad. And we shouldn't encourage that type of content to be made. We should, I don't want to say boycott it, but, like, we should let those executives know that they're not doing good enough and that they need to put effort into things if they want our money. Because America and just the world in general, when it comes to media, just consumes this schlock that they keep pumping out, and we keep buying it, and they keep making money off of it. So it's just encouraged them to know that, like, they can do that and get away with it, which is not something that I think they should be allowed to do. I don't think they should be allowed to make F-tier garbage and still make money. You know, if vote with your dollar is what I'm saying, or vote with your view. If they see that this thing is getting views, even if it's hate views, they're going to make money off of that and use it to make more of it, which is not what we want. People on their way to unconditionally watch the next Marvel movie. Yeah, that's another thing. I like Marvel, and I generally speaking don't dislike most of the things they do. So I will go and watch most Marvel properties. But that is because I don't think they're making schlock. I think in some, like, if you are a hardcore fan of some of these franchises and you don't like the direction that some of these movies have gone in with certain characters, like, yeah, sure, maybe it's not for you. You can vote with your dollar in that way and not support it. But as a person who, I like Marvel as a general idea, and I don't mind them changing things or doing things differently with certain properties, I'm going to support it. Because, yeah, like, in my opinion, they're doing good enough to warrant me spending my money on it. But in other people's opinion, maybe that's not the case. You know, maybe that's not the case. Percy Jackson is my guilty pleasure movie. To me, Marvel is the most movie franchise of all time. I can understand and validate that opinion. Like, that is a valid opinion. Is it one that I agree with? No, not necessarily. But I will say that I haven't watched any of the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus other than What If. I did watch What If, and I did enjoy it. But I didn't watch WandaVision. I didn't watch Black Widow. I still haven't watched Shang-Chi. You know, that type of stuff. It's yeah. I haven't gotten a chance to. I don't own Disney Plus. I watched What If with a friend, you know? We just binged it all in one day. Like, it's not terrible, but it isn't really that good to me. Again, that's your opinion. That's fine. I want to draw Kevin mutation alongside you. Can you give me an alien that I can mutate with Kevin? Well, I'm doing the classic 10, or the remaining 10. The remaining 8 out of the classic 10. So maybe Cannonbolt, or Upchuck, or Eye Guy. I wouldn't mind seeing those. Those are some of my favorites. I have a really soft spot specifically for Eye Guy because we never got a toy of iGuy. If we had gotten a toy of him and he was on my shelf, maybe I wouldn't care as much. But like, iGuy, Ditto, and Waybig, we never got classic series figures of those. And it drives me nuts. I hate that fact. And I plan on changing it. I'll get to work on those. Yeah. Again, no rush. But if you wanna give it a shot, go for it. iGuy, accept all this screen time. I'm trying to get something out of one of his eyes. Oh, iGuy, accept all of his screen time as him trying to get something out of one of his eyes. Yeah. I don't like what they did with iGuy in Omniverse, I'll be honest with you. They used him a lot more than I expected. But the eye puns got on my nerves. And I know that's the point. But they're supposed to get on the nerves of the characters in the show, not the viewers. So it's like, if they had done the eye puns where it's like one eye pun every transformation, like every time he appears, he makes one eye pun. Sure, you can have every character in the show groan at that, and I don't think it would annoy the audience that much. But the idea that like Ben 23 also does it, and like it becomes like a genetic thing for that species, it annoys the crap out of me. And I'm a guy who likes puns. I love puns, don't get me wrong. Like, I love puns. But, I didn't like iGuy in Omniverse very much. I like his design, and I like that he gets used, but, Okay, what drove me nooking futs? Was that the only pun they had for Lodestar was his magnetic personality, yeah. This was something that I want to ask about the previous topic of reboots. Like, how close is Disney to owning everything? Like, I mean, seriously, they must be eyeing Cartoon Network closely. Yeah, right, like, that's kind of what I'm worried about. I think in order to own Cartoon Network, though, they'd have to go after Warner Bros., which would be a huge endeavor. Right, because Warner Bros., I believe, is closely affiliated with Cartoon Network, or is the parent company or something like that. Because Warner Bros. Owns DC, and a lot of Warner Bros. Content is aired on Cartoon Network. So if it's not directly connected, it's very closely connected. I don't remember what affiliation Warner Bros. Has with Cartoon Network, but it is a relatively close one. So that's the thing, right? Like, if they're going to take Cartoon Network, they're gonna have to futz with Warner Bros., which is their like biggest main competitor as far as I can tell. I think, right? I don't know. Anyway. And that and like Universal. Okay, so we got, what are we calling this one again? Are we calling him something like 8 Mile? Or something like that? Speed Freak? Crash Course, yeah. Kevin looks like the type that would listen to Eminem, so maybe 8 Mile does work, but 11 Line. Man's Eminem, yeah. What do we, everybody suggest your names for this transformation. Or for this, I guess we're not calling it a transformation, we're calling this a mutation. What is the name of this mutation? I don't hate 8 Mile. I don't think it's a bad name. Roadkill. Roadkill ain't bad. We can call him Stephen. No. Maybe Speed Demon. Like Speedster. Highway. Bypass. Itchy. Okay, what about Drag Race? Ultimate Wild Mutt. He slithers around like a snake. This is from Depressing Emu on Discord. Their Ultimate Wild Mutt, if he would post. There he is. Rotate. Yeah. I like it. It's cute. I like the idea that it slithers. I don't know where you came up with that idea from, but I think it's funny. Good job. Okay, sorry to interrupt the name selection, but what are your thoughts on crossovers? Feel the same as reboots, better or worse? I like crossovers, but they cannot be canon. I think. Unless there is like... Okay, I like crossovers, but only if they are canon, actually. To restate that. I don't like that much, anyway, non-canon crossovers, because it just feels strange. I like when things line up and are canon and exist in the same universe, but like, if there is going to be a crossover that is kind of odd like that, it has to make sense to some degree, right? There has to be some sort of connective tissue, right? Like, they have to exist in the same, at least multiverse in some way, and they have to be done a certain way. Like, I think the Generator X one works well enough, because there's no way that Ben 10 and Generator X can exist in the same universe, but there is connective tissue, right? There is like, oh, there's like, the Null Void is this thing, so that makes sense. And I think that's the same connective tissue they used in 5-Way-L or whatever, where like the Null Void and the Ghost Zone are all whatever connected. That makes sense. He can't talk still, but he's able to put his tail in his mouth and turn into a rolling ball of neurotoxin quills that paralyze you for 8 hours. Oh, wow. Interesting. So you can like kind of turn into a wheel and do a sonic speedball. Okay. Gray matter time. What are we going to call the gray matter thing here? You can speak in Morse code. Now that's an idea. Making Wildmutt more intelligent but not able to speak is a good idea for him to like be able to speak in Morse code. I like that idea a lot, actually. 11 IQ. Mastermind. I think IQ isn't a bad idea. I think Gray Matter definitely named himself, right? Like, I don't think Ben is smart enough to know what the gray matter of a brain is, but Gray Matter himself would. So, like, the first time he turned into Gray Matter, he's like, oh, what can I name this little gray alien that's smart? Oh, obviously, Gray Matter. Like, I see that. I think Gray Matter named himself, for sure. Just in the same way that Wrath named himself. Brain tumor. And I don't think this, like, half mutation, this half Galvin mutation, like, is going to make Kevin that much smarter, as well as, like, it doesn't make him that much smaller. It makes him, like, you know, maybe 2 to 3 feet tall. Or actually, yeah, I would say maximum 2 feet. But, you know, he's still, like, small, but he's not that small, because he's still, like, half human. Oops. That's not my eraser. Okay. Even whenever someone about to curse, Wildmutt speaks to censor them. I don't think he actually speaks in beeps like Morse code. I imagine it would be something more along the lines of, like, he taps on the ground, and that can be translated into Morse code, right? Like, I don't think he goes beep 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 beep. I think he just, like, taps. I don't know, unless that was your intention, but. Imagine he talked more like a whale. Just clickety click click. Oh, like a dolphin. Learn to speak Morse code just to annoy people. Bro, you got a tiny lightsaber or something? No, that was my voice. That? Yeah, that's my voice. That's me going oop. But with like a thing. I don't know how I do that. I'm not going to go into exactly how I do that, but it's like a thing. It's like I'm vibrating my lips and my vocal cords at the same time. Yeah. Just to clarify, I'm sketching these out. I just finished sketching Cannonbolt. I'm doing your boy eye guy now. Sweet. Sir, this is a Wendy's. We will drown that lobster once and for all. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how to explain how I make that sound. How would eye guy wear glasses? It would be like a full body suit with lenses all over it, right? It's like a spandex, or like it would be like a super suit, right? But they would just have like domed pieces all around that are. Goops UFO joins the chat. You're stealing my sound now. Would you be down for Tim Burton style eyes for eye guy? I don't even know what that would look like, but sure, whatever. I think he just wears goggles on his body and wraps them like cloth. I mean, yeah, that could also work. But if I was designing like sunglasses for an opticoid, like how would they protect their eyes from UV rays? It would probably be like a full outfit, right? Like some sort of clothing that covers their whole body for the most part, but just has these like lenses implanted into them that are like different, yeah, right? Like, or that have they're tinted. Wears a jacket and the flashes even around. I think he just, yeah, whoops, yeah. I keep rereading comments because I don't know how many comments there have been since I last looked at the chat. I'm half-assing these boots and I don't want to. Yo, what's up, Zyfly? Okay, this happened in the Ken 10 episode from the OG series. How would Ken remember that gray matter can hack the Omnitrix, but Ben never thought about using him to unlock the Omnitrix? I have an exact answer for that. Ken is an iPad kid. What I mean by that is he grew up in a generation that was more exposed to technology than Ben was when he was growing up. Meaning that he is, by default, a slight bit more intelligent than Ben was when it comes to technology. He knows the terminology, he knows how computers work a little bit more than his dad does, most likely. So, the idea of hacking a computer would be in his mind a little bit more prevalently than it would Ben's, in my opinion, at that age. So, by that logic, he could come up with that idea a lot easier than Ben would have. Yes, it seems obvious that Ben could have done that as well, because hacking computers existed in 2005 as well, but Ken is just a product of that type of generation. So that idea comes a lot more naturally to him because he is surrounded by computers constantly, and he knows, most likely, how they work a little bit better. Whereas Ben was just a stupid kid. I think Ben tried to, unlock things a little bit more manually as well. We see him biting the Omnitrix and, slamming it against rocks and pulling parts off of it with a screwdriver because growing up, his stuff is a lot more analog, right? Whereas Ken is a digital kid. That makes more sense. Speaking of hacking, our sponsor, Ben didn't even think to check if he had Kevin and Gwen alien episode where Inspector 13 shows up and Kevin and Gwen had his powers. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you ever finish the Charmcaster model? I don't know. Tim, did you finish the Charmcaster model? Nice, he's finished. You're pretty fast, too. Gentle Jack has been finished. Fan art. Yeah, he'll go in the thingy. He'll go in the slideshow. Why can't I think of that word? He'll go in the slideshow for sure. Yeah, Tim just woke up. How'd you sleep? Ben just looks at Ken. How'd you do that, Ken? I used Gray Matter to hack the Omnitrix. Ben stands up in silent. I could have done that years ago. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Ken is just, I think, smarter than his dad was at that age. Because every generation is smarter than their parents are. Because of technology. That's just seems pretty obvious to me. Yes, every generation is also stupider, but that's also an opinion. Objectively speaking, Gen X or Gen Z or whatever is going to be smarter than the ones that came before them because they have a wellspring of infinite knowledge information at their fingertips that, we have it now and we can use that in hindsight and in retrospect, but we didn't have that growing up, or at least not as much of it. And our parents definitely didn't have that. So, the access to information is a lot greater. Ultimate Gray Matter. He said, fuck a mouth and limbs. I use psychic energy to beat people up. Why do these always come through sideways? That's funny. I like that. It's cute, too. Your designs are very cute. You're welcome. I'm lazy, plus no time, plus I fell off, plus ratio. It is impossible for me to finish anything high effort in under a month. Yeah, I get that. Also, another idea of how Ken could have been able to come up with that idea is his dad had an Omnitrix his entire childhood, right? Ken grew up knowing what the Omnitrix was, knowing kind of how it worked, and potentially having access to conversations with other Galvan or with potentially even Azimuth himself And that idea is, like, Ken potentially knows more just about how the Omnitrix operates from a base level than his dad did at that age. So it is completely and 100% feasible that Ken could have thought to use gray matter, the species that created the Omnitrix, to hack the Omnitrix to get master control. Makes total sense. One thing that I did remember Ben 10K did while younger Ben was with him was that older Ben touched the dial and changed aliens. My thing after that is Ben never tested what his older self did. Yes. Jack, I took your vector layer strat. Yeah? It's not really my strat. It's just a strat that exists within Clip Studio Paint. But, like, yes? What was your result? Did you send it to me and I didn't notice it? Or am I just dumb? Oh, with the... Bleh, you did the... I'm sorry, I'm done. Yes, you did the speedy art thing for the... I looked at the artwork and not the name of the person who sent it, so yes, the Gentle Jack was you. I'm sorry. Is it also possible that Ken inherited more of Kai's... I mean, yeah, that's also true. Like, he's probably just a smarter kid in general. I mean, he's definitely a smarter kid than his dad was at the same age, right? Like... No bones about that. I'm going to put fingernails on this hand because sometimes they draw fingernails on Ben 10 characters and sometimes they don't. And it's always when it's like a close-up, so I'm just going to do it. They don't often draw fingernails on the characters, but if it is a close-up of a hand, you might as well have them. Okay, Jack, if you could make your own playlist for yourself in a Omnitrix, who would you pick? Or has this been answered before? I've probably answered this before, but I will answer it again, and it changes kind of every time. And I think they would probably be a lot of classic series aliens, but if I had to pick for myself, I would definitely want to pick aliens that would have just a completely different life experience than mine, so that I literally could use the Omnitrix for its intended purposes of walking a mile in another species' shoes. Kevin usually has them, but gray matter never does. Well, this is a Kevin hand, not a gray matter hand, so that makes sense. Anyway, so I would definitely pick Wild Mutt for sure, because I've never experienced what it's like to be fully blind and have that type of experience. That would be cool. I would definitely pick Gray Matter. So Wild Mutt and Gray Matter for sure. I think I would probably pick Cannonbolt, because he's also one of my favorites. This is like, I need to make a whole list, right? I would pick, Wild Mutt, Gray Matter, Cannonbolt, probably Eye Guy, because I like him so much. I would definitely want Ditto or Echo, because I would want to see what the cloning thing was like. And I think Echo is probably a better choice, but I like Ditto more. So I don't know, like, versatility-wise. You could get the experience from both, but yeah, they're different. So that's a hard pick. It's kind of an up in the air thing for me. I just picked Stinkfly, that's all. Yeah, I know. Finally, Ripjaw's my beloved. Yeah. I would probably pick Big Chill for sure. I'll have to... Let's keep this... Let's put a pin in this. Let's put a pin in this. Because then I can actually, like, make a list and figure out what I would want. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got distracted. Yeah, we'll put a pin in this. Remind me before the end of the stream, and I'll actually make a list. Because this is something I wanted to do. This is something I want to potentially... You see my little avatar down here? I can switch him between different modes. And have different little avatars. And I would love to make a Tricks user version of my avatar and have it set up in a totally different file so that all of my switches could become, aliens. So we'll work on that at some point, but for the time being, we will chill. But I want 10 aliens. The AJM versus real. What color would albino stinkfly be? I mean, albino means no pigment, which would probably mean white, but like, I don't know. Why do the hips of female move forward and backwards? What? Oh, the hips of my... Sorry. Of my avatar, you mean? Her? It's not moving forward and backwards. It's actually supposed to be moving left and right. But it does kind of look like forward and backwards when it's in a 3/4 angle. So, like, yeah, I see what you mean. But she's, like, tapping her hip. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, that's the motion we're talking about. So. Now I don't know if any of my other things are going to line up. A little bit lower. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, but yeah. The hips don't lie. Oh yeah, just keep making her bigger. Oh wait, I can undo. There we go. Now I'm back to normal. Okay, Ripjaws. Comically large action jack. Why Jacqueline slime? Cause. Zoom right back in. Gwen, what did you do? Ultimate Gray Matter. I put your books in the oven. Y'all ever just turn into an apple? No, I've never done that personally. But yeah, so like I would definitely want aliens. We'll figure out what aliens specifically I would have on my playlist eventually, like later in the stream. feel like this version of Ripjaws could probably stay out of the water for longer periods of time. Like Kevin's version still has like one lung and some gills. So like, I don't know how this thing would breathe, genuinely. I think he would need to be like semi-aquatic. But let's not get into the logistics of these aliens because they're so weird sometimes. Jack has Goop in his playlist. See, no, that's the thing. I would specifically not have Goop in my playlist because that's too similar to how I am normally. I feel like even when I transform into aliens, it would still be kind of gooey in some places. But I don't know, like, if I'm treating my character as a species, then maybe he wouldn't be slimy? You know? Like, okay. If I don't have an Omnitrix, I can still mimic the shape of aliens, similar to Humungoopsaur, right? Where I'm a slime version of Wildmud or whatever. But if I have an Omnitrix, it's going to change my whole DNA and genetic makeup, meaning that, like, if a... What is the name of Goop species? Goop species is... Whatever Goop. If Goop got the Omnitrix, he could turn into a Vaxasaurian, and it wouldn't... Polymorph. If a Polymorph got the Omnitrix, he could turn into a Vaxasaurian, and it wouldn't be a gooey Vaxasaurian, it would just be a Vaxasaurian. And maybe the color palette would be similar to, you know, the Polymorph's original color. But, like... Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, we got 10 people in chat. Ultimate gray matter exists to be rude, insulting, and sarcastic to everyone. Yeah, that's great. Love that idea. Double Goop. Yeah, that's the whole idea. I think I would just fall apart. If my gooey guy turned into Goop, I don't think it would be good. Either that, it would just be so redundant that it would not change me at all. It would be like Ben turning into Peter Parker. It's like, oh, it's still technically a human transformation, and my voice doesn't even change. My ultimate gray matter is Sheldon Cooper. No! I want to make Ultimate Diamond Head just be the one random emo kid who lurks in the corner. Why that? I don't follow the logic there. Why is Diamond Head an emo kid? Because he's sharp? Bazinga. Okay, so this is an interesting one that I thought of due to the project I'm working on. Could Alien X outmatch Room Force or vice versa? Or would they null each other out? I don't know who Room Force is or what Room Force is. Jack, why aren't you laughing? This is objectively funny. Because it's not, and I'm not a Big Bang Theory fan. That's it. Toon Force? What? I still don't know what that means. Like the Toon Squad, i.e. Bugs Bunny and stuff? I don't know. Like Ultimate Diamond Head will try to stay 20 feet away from you because he can't have a conversation? Oh man, my chair is uncomfortable sometimes. Wesbowl, why though? Or Wesbowl says why though? Yeah, I still don't understand why Diamond Head is emo. Does it just make him a bad socialite? I don't know. Basically, any logic is thrown out the window. You can break the fourth wall, drop an animal from the sky, make an exact look of you. Basically, Toon Force is like the middle finger to logic. Oh, so like, okay, so like cartoon logic, right? So, similar to the alien I made for Omnitober, Rubber Hose, right? Where he can do all that toon logic stuff. Could Alien X combat that? I don't know. That's a good question because like Alien X changes how logic works and operates under logic in some ways. So like their limitations are kind of not there, but so I think it could go either way in some ways, because toon logic is like if the writer wants this character to win, they can think of a contrived reason for it to happen, and it will make sense under toon logic, right? Like if the cartoon character wants the anvil to fall and hit Alien X on the head, and for it to hurt, or to least cartoon hurt, like flatten him down and whatever, like then yes, that would work, right? Like obviously, automatically, that happens because it's funny. I think it does operate under that logic. Like it can't happen anytime, only when it was funny. The Roger Rabbit line. So I think in that sense, Alien X would win because like, oh, I couldn't do this at any time, only when it was funny. But Alien X could do it at any time. It, i.e. the action, whatever the action is, whatever the fighting thing is. So, like, also cartoon characters, at least in toon logic, don't tend to actually fight a lot. They do a lot of, like, obfuscation of threat to themselves. Right, like Bugs Bunny doesn't have an all-out boxing ring or boxing match or a knuckle brawl with any other characters. He will distract them and get them to harm themselves by accident or by, accidentally on purpose, that type of thing. So, like, with Alien X's ability to see through that, like, with the omnibenevolence, omnipresence, whatever, like, would Alien X's abilities be able to negate that bit of, that toon logic, that, like, right this way, sir, walk through this door that I've put a bucket on, like, would Alien X be able to avoid that thought process? I don't know. Maybe. I don't think they would be able to harm each other in any meaningful way. But it is an interesting question. Gotcha. How those Ben 10 customs coming along? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. In fact, we don't even talk about my Instagram at all, or any action figure content that I used to, or currently am not making. I have negated my Instagram completely. And I apologize. No, I say we don't talk about that, and I say that in like kind of an angry way. But no, I'm not angry about it. It's just I haven't been inspired to make them. Especially the Ben 10 ones. They're so complex. Plus I feel guilty anytime I work on a personal project when it comes to action figures, because I have those commissions I need to finish, and I'm not working on those commissions, and it's bad. Those commissions are like 2 years old at this point, and I need to finish them. So y'all say I'm a fast artist, but like y'all don't know my workflow when it comes to sculpting and like real world, because I make custom action figures. For those of you who may not know, I make custom action figures, and that process is exactly the opposite than my drawing process. It is slow and tedious and painful, and I've kind of grown to not like it anymore to some degree. Like, I still like it, but I've learned that it is not something that I should be taking money for, because I am not dedicated enough to the hours and hours it takes to get them done in a timely manner. And that's a problem, because, when you want a commission, you want it done quickly, and I'm not able to do that. I have some people on a waiting list that have been on this waiting list for over 2 years now, and I can't get to them, and it makes me feel really guilty. So basically, you are a busy man. Yeah, but I'm busy with projects that I've started for myself. Like I'm only busy with stuff that I've made problems for. Like I've made this problem out of other projects. Like, yes, I'm a busy man, but only because I'm working on stuff that I probably shouldn't have started in the first place, because I have ADHD and I keep making more projects for myself. And they're not small projects either, because my ambition has only gotten bigger with age. It's like, oh, I know that this thing is technically possible and within my grasp now. Cool, I'm going to make it a huge deal. And I shouldn't do that. And my buddy Tim is being very guilty of that right now, because he also has ADHD. And I am kind of having to be his mom about this, and I think we should do this to each other, for sure, where, Tim will make big projects, and then he'll get, I don't know, what would say, 75% of the way through them, and then he'll be like, oh, well, what if we do this other thing? And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. We should do that other thing, but we should finish the thing we're on first. And also, sorry, Jack, it's also my fault. No. This is not just you. This is not just you. The issues that I'm having with the custom action figure thing is definitely not you. You are not involved in that at all. But you are an example, and I'm making an example out of you by saying, like, we need to rein each other in and get the projects done that we are underneath of before we start putting more things on top. Right? Jack exposing me live on stream. Yes, because you're my friend, and I love you, and I get to make these jokes. I'm doing a lot of talking this stream, and my voice is already tired. Can I join the stream for a second to defend yourself? Well, I suppose so. Yeah, we can hop in a call. I just finished the line art for Ripjaw, so I'm actually ready to take a small break anyway. Hello.
Hear me out.
What?
Okay? I can't mention any of the projects, but like... They just combine so easily. Hello?
Yeah, I know they combine easily. That's the problem. Like, you make
like,
one
example, the whole
thing.
current situation. I think. Okay, now hear me out, right? Right? Let me defend myself. Right? Okay, so the current project, I can't mention it, but basically, Aaron and I now have nothing to do. Okami was looking for something to do, right? So since we have to wait on you, in the meantime, we can do this. To, like, for example,
Yeah,
Aaron can use this to get a hold of the character's movement.
I get that. Like, that's
You know?
fine. Like, it's one of those things, right? It makes sense, but it also is one of those, it kind of irritates me. Not irritates me, that's not the right word. It's like I see my own patterns coming to bite me in the ass, and it's like, I don't want that to happen to you. I want to protect you from that, because I know these patterns.
I've done stuff like this before, and I've succeeded with it.
Yeah, so I'm just worried that you're going to get into a destructive loop, like I am currently in. Also, I got some fan art from Justin Dowles again. Ripjaw's... me as
Also,
like a half
hello,
Ripjaws.
filmmaker.
Yes. Who is the
I
filmmaker?
just realized you messaged me on my old account. I'm working on a project with him, actually.
Okay. So I'm assuming you sent them, because I haven't seen them in chat before, as far as I can tell. But yeah,
They're really epic.
I like this.
Everyone, go check out his channel.
What up, bro? Hello.
Unsubscribe to him.
I have returned from the Shadow Realm.
Welcome back from the Shadow Realm.
Yes. Oh, so
Speaking of
Ripjaws
which,
is
subscribe to the
complete-ish.
filmmaker. How do I open a channel via chat?
How do you open a channel via chat? I don't know. Can you click on their name and go there?
Your thumbnails are, I don't know how to put it, hilarious.
What about them?
Go to his channel. They're actually really funny.
I don't know if I can. Hold on. I'll have to open up a new YouTube tab.
Filmmaker, you're amazing.
Oh, goodness. The filmmaker. So it's 2 words. Capitalized F. It is not easy for me to find you. Can you send a link? Because I cannot find your channel.
Just click the 3 dots in chat. Go to channel. I'll send a link.
Ah, there it is. I think. No, never mind. Not working. I don't know. I don't know how to use anything. yet.
Chat. Come on.
Like, I click the 3 dots on my thing, and it does, it's pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, add moderator. None of that does the thing.
Okay, check your DM.
Alright, there we go. Taking a small detour. Ah, yes, I see what you mean.
I love the button mill. They're great. Like, unironically, I'd be the type to click these if they popped up in my recommended, especially sleep fighting.
Sleep fighting.
Don't ask me how, but it's just the most hilarious thing to me.
Or fighting sleep, yeah. I get it. Yeah, like, yeah, I could see myself clicking.
Oh,
a
my
couple of
mic!
these.
I should probably put my mic in the right place, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I did turn
Instead
you up.
of near my bed.
So I did turn up your volume, so now you're probably blasting everybody's ears. I'm gonna turn you back down. Yeah, don't do that. You're gonna kill everybody. I've got you.
I'm sorry.
I've got exactly at 95% now. I feel so much cringe, bruh.
That's
yeah,
funny. I
sure.
have you at 200%.
Well, yeah, because I'm a big old baby. Hello, stream. Yeah. What was I doing? I don't remember anymore. Ultimate Accelerate tries to interact with Ultimate Diamond, but he just runs away. Right.
You were going to start 20 new projects in a span of a second.
No, gosh. No. No.
Yeah,
Never. Stinkfly time.
you were going to draw every Benton character, every Benton style.
Never.
Imagine.
God, I can barely finish the projects I have. Should we do Stinkfly
What's that
next,
hashtag
or should we do
1153
Ghost Freak
that's in your
next?
stream? Stinkfly, Stinkfly, Stinkfly.
Stinkfly is Tim's favorite. I'm thinking we're gonna skip over him until the very end of the stream, so that Tim has to stay up super late now.
What do you mean? I just woke up!
Oh no, yeah, that's right. You just woke up. Sorry. You usually have usually when we hop on a call, you haven't slept in the last 48 hours, so like.
Don't expose me like this. It's my job.
Yeah. I want to hear
Delete
that.
Stinkfly.
Boop.
Don't emoji, no!
Boop. There he is. I just turned the layer off. Did the same thing when I started those Ben 10 customs, never finished them. ADHD, hobby, cycling makes long projects very difficult. Exactly. That's a good name for it. Hobby cycling. That is a good... It just... Hyperfixation's changing constantly. It makes making long projects very difficult. I will say, though, that Ben 10 has been kind of like a year-long hyperfixation. Longer than a year. Multiple year-long hyperfixation that just keeps coming back. That I've been kind of trying, not to get out of, but, like, to put on the back burner so that I can get other projects done and, like, you know, that type of stuff. And it just keeps coming back. And I'm not really arguing because it's fun, and personally, at least, Ben 10 is a endless wellspring of content ideas. Like, there's so many ways that you can turn these aliens into different things, and
Yeah, like...
it's one of those just infinite kind
It's
of
an art...
idea generators.
wet dream, right?
Yeah. Similar to kind of like Pokemon in some ways. Like, there's a billion ways that you can reimagine Pokemon.
Alter the media, yeah.
But, yeah, it's all about monsters, baby.
But yeah, Jack, don't get out of Ben 10. It's gonna be sad to see you go.
Well, no, I'm not going to get out of Ben 10. I'm just, like, going to put it on the back burner so that I can finish other things. Or so that I can start other projects. Like, Ben 10 has been so forefront for me that I haven't been able to think about D&D ideas. You know? Like, that's why I stopped playing with that group. Not necessarily, that's not the only reason why. But, like, that's one of the reasons why. Is because I couldn't think of plot points. I just kept making Ben 10 ideas. So, like, yes, eventually I will get back into doing D&D, but in order for that to happen, I need to put Ben 10 on the back burner. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Evening. I'm sure for you it's like, what, early evening? And for me it's like, it's 1:30 in the morning.
Hello, Crystal. Whoever you are.
It's Crystal
I don't.
Moon. We were on the stream the other night together that you totally missed because you were asleep.
You should, like, shush.
You asked me specifically to ping
check
you
out the
so that you
channel
couldn't
there.
miss that stream. Did you ever go watch that VOD, by the way? On the Rust Bucket?
No.
You should. It was good. It was a good stream. But no, Crystal Moon is a friend that I made from the Rust Bucket community. She constantly shares artwork and, like, interacts with chat and causes hype trains over on the Rust Bucket channel. So we became good friends in chat. And in Discord.
Isn't she the one who draws your avatar as different characters, or am I confusing?
Yeah, she's the one who does the silly edits of me as every character with the name Jack. Or at least she was the one who started that trend, I'll say. She's not the only one who does it.
Ben 10 rewrite. You better keep Stinkfly the same
Someone
Lord design. Why did I censor myself?
Yeah. Oh, definitely, not to mention Brenton Rewrite. Who's speaking right now? That is Zyfly or Tim, otherwise. Ash actually just made me and Drazen into hype train emotes. It was great. Yes, I saw those in our little group chat that we all have now, and I love that we have a little group chat now. It was an awesome experience to be able to have.
Damn, y'all have a group chat without me? Gay?
Well, it's a group chat of a bunch of artists that are guests on the Ink Tank stream, or the Rust Bucket stream. So, like, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know.
But it was awesome to have everybody
Sorry, bro.
in that,
Chat private.
Group chat.
We're doodle pals. Amazing.
Come on. There we go. I don't know why I drew these two lines there. I'm not going to do that. It's not good.
Well, it's not really exposing filmmaker if it's linked, if it's the channel you're chatting with.
Yeah. Change Syncfly to it. I want to get back at Zyfly for exposing my whole channel stream. Don't even get me started on how expensive their custom action figure hobby is. Wallet started to drain very quickly. Oh yeah, like the moment you have to start buying figures exclusively for fodder and like buying lots of supplies to like getting started is super expensive. Luckily for me, I had a lot of materials gifted to me because my dad was an artist and he didn't work on action figures and stuff, but he had like a lot of paints and stuff left over and like brushes. So I got access to those and those became mine. But starting out is very expensive. Getting a large collection of fodder that you can have access to and use is probably the hardest part. And I've been very lucky and collected a lot of that over the years and used old figures old personal figures of mine and, you know, eBay lots, all that stuff. Don't talk about spending money. Please, my bank account.
Okay, so now hear me out, Jack.
What?
We should add Crystal Moon to the stream, so it'll be even more chaotic. If they want, that is.
I mean, if we're gonna revel in the chaos, it'll at least be helpful for me to monitor chat. So, Crystal, if you want to join our little call, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
We can. I can add you. How do I add? Yeah, add friends.
Oh, they said sure. Oh no. We're in trouble.
Create group DM. There we go.
Hello.
Howdy. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to Chaos. The chat.
Yeah.
I am welcome to join the chaos.
The chat is now named Chaos.
Wonderful. Great. Oh boy.
One of my labels is to do with chaos, so I've stream bombed. Hi everyone.
Yeah.
I can't get Charmcaster's haircut.
Are you drawing
it's
the
really
chat
annoying.
stuff?
I'm watching like a child in real
No.
life.
Okay.
No, I'm in chat.
Oh no, you're doing the 3D thing, was it?
Yeah, so Tim is a 3D modeler. We can't exactly
Yeah, I
go into
remember
detail
saying
about
that.
the projects that we are making together, but I mean, I have talked a little bit about it on stream.
Does Crystal even know?
I don't think I've told
Yeah, you've
her.
mentioned it a few times.
Here's
Crystal,
another
help me
one.
with this haircut. I'm suffering.
Help you with this haircut. I've only just started learning CGI. I can't.
We have Action Jack Skellington.
I know, but like, does this look like Charmcaster's haircut? Ignore the
Hang on,
T-post
let
hair.
me see the front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
wait,
it
let me
feels
get a
off.
picture of the...
There's like no proper references
No,
upward.
yeah, I mean, except for one that's kind of posed. Hang on.
Yeah.
I think what it is that, do you mind
Go
me
for
saying
it.
out loud? I think what it is that she
Yeah.
only has the dark
This is not
grey with the
textured
white
yet.
highlights. So with it being pure white, yeah, the whole thing with it is that it might look a little bit off because you don't have the right shading and coloration
Yeah,
to it.
that's probably.
But other than that, it looks, yeah, it looks like her.
Have you ever actually?
I saw
Have you
some
actually seen any of
other
these
models
models?
that Jack
Is that-
shared somewhere. I can't remember. Like I remember him talking about the Ben one.
Yes. Like I said, I can't share a lot of the details
Oh, the
about
big
the
one.
project specifically
The
that
funny
we're
bed.
working on, but long and
Not
short
the
of it
project,
is
but
that we are making 3D models of a lot of the characters in Ben 10, specifically right now Season 1. We're going one season at a time. So,
Why
there's a
are
lot.
shoes not? Hold up.
How long until AG Discord
I
server?
always-
How long until the Discord server? Until I can find somebody to, like, moderate it.
I'll moderate it happily. I'm always on.
Yeah, but, like, I can't pay you.
Crystal joins chat for about a minute, joins a minute later in the call time to cause anarchy. Oh, you don't even know it.
That's the thing, is, like, I don't know, like, how to run a professional Discord server in a way that's, like, conducive for community growth. Because, like, if I had let's just say in theory that this channel gets huge.
I'd like to make a Discord group, but I don't know who would join it.
Why don't we make a Discord?
Like, if this channel were to get big,
The three
I
of
don't
us,
know how to
let's be
manage a
honest. We
large
all three
community.
moderate it. I do.
Yeah.
I've done it once before for a different.
Okay,
I've
I mean,
never done it
we can
before.
work on
Quite
that
easy.
at some
I was the only
point.
moderator. I was the only moderator in a server of like 400 people, and it was fun because everyone saw me as like the devil and God himself at the same time. I was like a blessed.
It's the same.
The
I'm trying
biggest
to
thing
figure out-
about moderators is I need people that I can trust, people within my kind of like inner circle, and Tim is like that at this point. So
You should
know.
have Hatter as a moderator. Definitely.
So no, specifically no. I know Hatter. We're not gonna get into that.
No.
Like, I know he's not a bad person, but I don't know him personally well enough to ask. First of all, I don't want to ask him to do that, and secondly, we disagree on too many things that I I feel like I wouldn't agree with the certain rules that he would or wouldn't
Yeah.
enforce. So like, it just seems like a recipe for disaster for me personally.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Made a Discord server, still questioning how I have 70 people in it. Yeah, I have no idea. What's up, Jack? What's up? I'm assuming...
Filmmaker, I know how. You just DM random people, hey, want to join this project?
Yeah.
And that's how you did it.
I have a feeling that Ash's stream just ended
Exposed.
or something, because now I'm getting a lot of those, like, regulars.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. I actually didn't get to tune into the Rust Bucket stream today, unfortunately, but... Oh well. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not what I wanted.
Started another hype train.
Yeah, of course you did.
That's why the emojis exist.
I can't stop looking at this Ben walk cycle, or like the jog
Not gonna
cycle.
lie,
It's
the
so
best part of an
satisfying.
Action Jack server would be the stream notifications, because I don't want to miss any. Well, make sure you gotta ring that bell and like and subscribe to every one of my videos so that the algorithm knows you like my content. And if you're already
Did you say
doing that,
subscribe?
thank you.
Subscribe to every
Yeah.
one of my videos.
Yeah, subscribe on all the videos. If you click them all, you'll probably end up with an even number in there somewhere, and you'll end up subscribed. But no, like, hitting the bell is probably the biggest thing, because, like, that specifically I know works well for streamers. Like, if you hit the bell, you will be notified when somebody goes live.
I gotta get into streaming.
Yeah, I'd love to watch your streams. Somebody needs to DM a PowerPoint
Need to figure out how to
presentation
use,
of
what is
Action
it, OBS Labs? Is that what everyone uses?
Not labs, I just use OBS.
Yeah,
But I
just
haven't
regular
seen it.
OBS. OBS Labs or Streamlabs or whatever is a garbage, bad, nasty company that should have been taken
Okay.
down a long time ago.
So just
Hey.
OBS.
By the way, Jack, I've got a question for you.
What?
So, let's say, oh god, how am I gonna like word this and stream without? You know, I'm just gonna try. Let's say the video that I'm about to send in chat. Are these inputs good for it?
For the thing that you're thinking of, the thing that you'll talk about. Oh, that's gonna
No, that's the
play.
wrong
That's
thing.
gonna play through
Wrong
chat.
video.
I can't watch that video because it's gonna have sound.
Just mute it.
Well, either way, I know what that video is.
Don't worry about it.
I've seen the video.
Basically,
Would that be good? I mean, yeah, I don't know. That would be a tough one to do.
no, I put the wrong inputs there. I put the wrong inputs.
It
Don't
doesn't
worry,
matter.
sent
I
it
know what
wrong
you're getting
video.
at, though, right?
No,
like,
no, it's like completely the wrong movement
okay.
that I was trying to portray. Basically, Jack, mute me on stream real quick. Just mute me. Can you do that?
I don't know. Can I? Can you mute yourself? No, I mean I can't mute like Discord or anything. That would mute everything. That would mute the music and everything too. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you can.
Stop.
Whips.
Just
You know what? There's not
Text
too
it.
many people on the stream, right? Right?
It'll be on the
right?
internet.
Text it. I don't mind. I can say. I
personally,
can just
I
say
wouldn't
where.
say it.
Hold on.
I mean, you can.
But
Okay. People don't know what project this is in reference to, so you can use the
I can
language.
just say we're messing around in Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, in an, you know how Ben sometimes does when he like starts jumping, he does
Oh.
like half a roll, lands with his hands on the ground, and then kicks someone in
Yeah.
the jaw in the show.
Tell me.
So imagine if the inputs for that would be you press the jump button, you press the roll button, and then you press the kick button. That would work, right?
Agree.
For the attack.
Pressing the roll button in midair would bring you into like a dive type thing, and then you would spring off of your hands.
Yeah,
For
it
the-
dives,
for
and then
the
you press kick at the
player
right
character
moment,
or
and then it
whatever?
and then yeah, and it basically it dives forward, you know.
I mean, yeah, I can see that happening.
Oh, and then you can do if you press kick at the right time, it kicks like
It would be a
Yeah, right.
handspring like attack.
yeah,
Yeah, that works. That's fine by me. I don't see any.
Spring attack.
I don't see any like.
I'm pretty sure half the chat
Catastrophic
already knows what we're
issues.
doing from that. And just want to I just want to mention to chat, if you know what
It's not going to happen.
this is what we're on about, don't have your hopes up. It's not going to be anything public. It's just kind of going to be. It's just kind of us messing
It's practice.
around with my dumb Ben 10 models in Unreal, seeing what we can do. So this isn't an actual project. It's just kind of messing about.
It's a practice project.
By the way, Jack, I like
Okay,
what you're
that's
drawing so
correct.
far.
Thank you. Yeah,
Apparently
Kevin
drawing
11
the
Stinkfly was the
gods.
one I put a lot of effort into because Tim was in the chat while I did it, and he was like, "You better make it good," and I'm like, "All right, fine."
Look, I am a sucker for
Nice.
Stinkfly, and the reboot Stinkfly hurts my soul.
Yeah, so
It
with my
really does.
redesign of him, I'm keeping him with the same kind of what Classic did with the body style and stuff. I'm kind of tempted though to use the reboot colors by making him more vivid and stuff with that like toxic feel to it. Kind of like how Poison Dark.
Okay,
feels
now
like
hear me
colorful.
out. My brain just went into mode.
I like
You know?
I like the orange and blue color palette, but I can't say that it personally works for me for Stinkfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the
But you
this
know,
grotesque little.
I am gonna
gremlin.
keep him like
That's
a
how I
grotesque
like
gremlin
Stinkfly.
kind of thing. So don't
Okay,
worry.
good.
yeah, his
if I
shapes
run the
will be the
redes-
same. His color might be different.
Design tape lust.
I love you. Hey, you know who's gonna be a nightmare to model? Y'all ever just look at this guy?
I don't know. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be quite
He
as
is
bad.
not.
You don't have to do any mouth shape keys.
Yes, but I have to do arm shape keys because his arms inflate.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. So
Yeah.
I do want to say
it's-
though,
it's
like,
cool.
I don't think we should do the thing where they get longer. I think they should just inflate. I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks
Getting
like.
bigger?
But I like that. I prefer they only get bigger, right? Because otherwise I have to change the armature each time.
Exactly. That's the thing. Is like I don't think they should get longer, even though I
God,
think it's
stretch them out.
canon that they do. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
No, I think it's just they get beefier.
There are like, so if you look at the toys,
They don't necessarily get longer.
if you look at the toys of them specifically, like one of the toys where the pin, it's hard to explain. One of them has less beefy pins out and arms are a certain length, and then the other one has more beefy arms, longer pins are in. It's weird. Oh, is this? Oh, no, it's whip. Okay.
I'm
Are
working
we?
on.
Did he change the lighting completely on that, or are you still gonna go back to the
I
older
forgot
lighting?
to save the actual final render, like an absolute. No, I hate the older lighting.
Yeah, it just wasn't bright enough. I liked the darker black.
It
background.
really wasn't.
What is up with-
Aaron? If you're watching,
What is up with Diamond Head's mouth?
I don't. No, did I move it on
Wait,
accident?
what?
It looks
Hey,
like it's.
what
Looks like
is
his
with
jaw
his mouth?
is
It
down,
looks-
but his mouth isn't actually open. It's like he's doing like a big gorilla lip.
I don't. I think it's the angle, actually.
I don't know. It looks like he's got a very long upper lip.
What it kinda reminds
Sorry,
me
we're
of.
being so vague here. We're talking about projects that I can't say in public. Hey
Hey,
Jack,
let's do this.
did you see my jet redesigns? If not, I could send them to you. I think.
Actually, this is where his jawline is. If you look closely,
Yeah.
it's still in the proper place. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the.
but-
I don't
Yeah,
think I
I
did.
said- That's why I
Boo-boo.
sent the thing I sent. It kind of
It's
looks
just in the
like
proper
that.
angle.
Please send them to me. This is pure chaos now.
Everything. I joined the stream in chaos.
It's even more chaotic.
Name
because
things
we're
that
not
don't
mentioning what
exist.
we're doing.
My will to live. It's just something for fun. So Jack is making a Ben 10 fan video game with sci-fi. No, we're not doing
No,
that.
no.
We're not doing that. We are
No,
playing
no.
around with
I'm just gonna
Unreal
tell them what
Engine
we're doing
5.
to avoid confusion. Basically, the thing we're doing is just doing Ben, not his aliens. We're just trying to get Ben to be anything but a sack of potatoes in a 3D form. Because if you've
Yeah.
played any of the video games, all he is there to is to transition from one alien to another.
Fair
I
enough.
want to give him attacks,
Fair enough.
and that's it. There's not gonna be any environments. There's not gonna be nada. Nix.
No story, none of it.
Nada, nothing. It's
Yeah,
just
who are we talking
Ben.
about? Yeah, we're just trying to make a player character for a video game that feels like Ben and looks like Ben.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna be a video game. Do not get your hopes up at all.
In fact, I would say get your hopes very much down.
Yeah, like,
Unhope
this isn't
yourself.
even, it's not even gonna get released, type.
It's just seeing how UE5 works.
It's just, yeah, Vilgax redesign.
Ben, where's Umbozo? Grunts want information, read a newspaper. Ben,
I like
what's
it. He looks a bit tall to me.
Yeah, I made him tall.
I like that you actually did his hips correctly.
I like it.
Because a lot of people
but I
might
would
give
make
him,
it,
like,
legs
weird work.
chunkier to,
We're talking about
cook.
Vilgax
Well,
right
I did a video about his redesign, and
now. Yeah. Some people give Vilgax weird, wide, like,
in it
birthing
I spoke
hips.
that, you know how like in the reboot he can unfill the arms? He can do
Yeah.
the same with his legs.
Oh. Kinky.
So I get longer.
We also have a running joke, me and Tim, that Vilgax is a, like, dominatrix. Like, he wears these big thigh-high boots and, like, wears a lot of black and spikes and stuff. He's like a big goth mommy. And we also have, like, a running joke that Vilgax really, really loves interior design and, like, spends a lot of time, like, decorating the inside of his ship very precisely.
It's got a very
It
strict color
does,
palette.
yeah. That's kind of true.
So we have this whole joke about, like, Vilgax and a bunch of his, like, grunt worker droids, like, going to IKEA. Like, no, that bookshelf won't fit in my trophy room. It's 3 inches too tall.
My video of the one with the redesign of him, I mentioned that I love the idea for his people. Their predator alien is a giant whale because
Oh my
sperm
God,
whales
I
eat
love that.
squid. So they,
That would be funny.
they fight giant whales. Also, I think I mentioned this on the Dumb Doodle stream me and you were on, Jack. I mentioned that squids in real life brains, and like their food too goes through it. And I was just like, what if Vilgax has a donut brain and been just like yelled?
How did you even know my donut brain?
I love that.
Shut up, donut brain.
That's something that Gwen would shout at him, actually. It's like, what? How did you...
Donut brain.
How did you know that?
How did you know?
How did you even come to this information? Well, I figured squids in real life have donut brains, so... you must explain to me what is a donut. It's an earth pastry. I do not have a pastry brain!
I love that bit where Vilgax comes to get Ben's help, and the first thing Ben does is buys him a happy meal toy.
It is, yeah, it's hilarious.
I do not understand.
It's one of my favorite
cultures.
jokes.
Your earth foods are disgusting, yet I cannot stop eating them. Yeah, that's kind of the point.
It's kind of like, well,
It's kind of what we all do. It's not good for you
like, I
either.
made a joke about him like opening it and being like, I didn't get the toy I wanted. And Ben's just like, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's random. He's like, go in and get me the toy I want. He's like, no, that's not how it works. He's like, give me the toy I want, Tennyson.
I didn't get the sparkle rainbow pony that you promised. Vilgax, that's not how it works. Dude, just chill.
Go back in and make it work.
Demand that they give you the toy that you requested. Conquer their worlds if you must. Threaten their lives. Take them by force. Dude, this is a McDonald's.
Or just buy another one.
If like when humans start reaching the space, they will start opening brands.
Honestly, I hate the idea, but I know it would be.
Space capitalism is for sure a thing.
The human race will still
I
exploit
definitely
so
think
many.
Mr. Suvi's
Okay,
done it.
hear me out. Space, the fucking Earth people would so dominate the space market. I hate putting it, but like we are savage.
humans adapt to anything and have the best food. So, like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Transal planets will eventually have a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be that bad.
No! How is that capitalism
Like, just have a
my
weird-
castle? They're renovating my castle
Oh
to
my
make
God,
a
they just-
McDonald's.
They just tear down Ghost Street's cat and it's a
Ghost
McDonald's.
Street can't go near it because it's so bright during the night. 'Cause it's like got the
Well, it says here that the previous owner of this land
What?
is now deceased, which makes it forfeit. So, yeah, we have every right to contract this place. But I'm right here! Well, yeah, clearly, but you're not alive, are you? So, legally speaking, we are perfectly in our right to destroy this place and put up a J.C. Penney.
oh, what a great episode of Zaskia Sue's McDonald's.
Okay, Pooh Brew, I gotta share the art tax.
It's a skill guy.
Oh, yes, I have seen these. Okay, well, I've seen the one, at least. Julie and the Heat Blasts, yes.
I do not do a good Ghost Freak voice. Shut up.
Okay, so we have... one of
Rendering
Pooh
and the
Brew's jet
computer
rays.
is at 1 FPS. Ah!
One of Pooh Brew's jet rays. Very neat. I like this a lot.
To anyone here that wants to become a 3D artist, you better have a 3060 and up.
Yeah. And then we have another jet ray. And I think I like this one more because it is a little bit more classically oriented, but I love the super long tail.
I'm dying.
And the 4 eyes, and it's just very
Good to
cool.
know.
Very, very
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He showed it
Your whole art style is just
on
phenomenal.
Instagram. It's really cool. I love the long limbs.
Long.
I really like long limbs on creatures. I don't know why. There's
Oh, and I forgot to say goodbye to Wesbull.
Some
Oh well.
fun.
I'm so curious what your stink fly is gonna look like.
This is how
I'm gonna
fanfics
cry
are made.
if it's
Right
bad.
there is the best example someone could give. Somebody said earlier, I read it in my brain, but I didn't.
do
read
I
it out
look like
loud.
I make bad art? Probably. I don't know.
Somebody said, yeah, someone draw mommy goth Milgax or Vilgax or Mygax. I don't know what it's. Somebody draw mommy goth.
Myax.
I'm gonna say Myax because Myax is hot. We can all agree on that.
My ex.
Crystal Moon does a really good Ghost Freak voice. I gotta admit. Yeah. It's hard to read chat and keep up with everything everybody's saying in the call. It's really like doing mental gymnastics here.
Don't worry about it. I definitely
Yeah.
didn't.
Don't worry about it. I'm here now. Don't worry about it.
Did you break your PC?
I
Tim?
might.
It's Crystal. I may not talk to you much, but I know that you would definitely draw it. Like draw what? What, the stink fly thing?
My computer went full on shutdown.
The Chick
Oh.
Vilgax, Myax. Yeah.
Oh no! I just realized there's more than one Vilgax species in Ben 10. Oh no! Maya doesn't appear in the classic series,
Yeah,
right?
she does.
Right?
Myax
Right?
appears in the classic
Her
series.
debut
Yeah,
was
she's
in
in
the-
the Secret of the Omnitrix.
Debut of the
Mobile anything Secrets of the Omnitrix.
Myax is hot, and we can't disagree
Don't
on
have
that.
I do. Mentally, I do.
I think everybody present can agree that Myax is just gorgeous.
I loved her design in
Exactly.
the original. Like it was a case of like she actually looked like she was the same species as Vilgax.
Yeah,
She was a great character.
and she's designed really well as well. Not even just in like a sexy way.
Hey,
She's
I
just
actually have a
designed well.
question. Since the chat now knows about the whole us trying to do Ben alone in Unreal, what attacks does chat think that he would have? Like, what would his moveset be? I'm genuinely curious. Jack, am I
I don't know. It feels.
allowed to ask that?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. You already asked it. Vilgax threatens to take over the North Pole because he didn't get Christmas present he wanted. My ex also appeared in Omniverse and Alien Force. What? Oh, my
My
ex,
ex.
not not my ex. My ex. Yes.
She got cameos in Alien Force and Omniverse at 2 different points.
Yes. None of them were.
She was only in the like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game show bit and all
And then
this,
it would-
in like the background. That does not
Then
count
in
as being
Alien-
in. I'm sorry.
It was a cameo, right? So it doesn't really.
Force, it was just her basically going, oh, hey, yo, Albedo stole something.
Yeah. I'm
Didn't
glad
like
that they
it.
kept her.
Didn't like her redesign.
We have
This one's
the
classic
tentacles
redesign.
in the wrong place in both.
It's one
Yes, but like the whole thing about her speed.
Oh god, I just forgot that that's what the next video is I have to get around to doing. It's the redesign of my ex Tetrax. Oh, I'm gonna suffer with those two. Tetrax especially gave me a hard time in his concept.
I just realized something. I didn't convert this to vector.
Okay, let's try rendering this once more. I'm already freezing.
I have
This is
no
all your
idea,
fault,
Connor.
Jack.
What aliens would Red Hood Ben have? I have absolutely no idea, dude. I don't know enough about Red Hood or DC in general. Isn't Red Hood just
No.
Batman but with guns? I genuinely don't know. That's
it's
probably
Red
blasphemous
Hood.
to say.
He's the Robin that died and came back to life.
Cool. I know that like
Went a little
the
insane for a
DC
while.
community or just
He's
the
the
Batman
Robin that
community,
uses guns.
Yeah, is just obsessed
And
with
love
Red
the
Hood,
I
Batman
didn't even know
family.
up.
and I don't know exactly why, but yeah.
I didn't even know up until.
There's
this
yeah,
point
there's
that
been
that
4
happened.
Robins technically, 4 main Robins really, and a couple of others, but
Yeah, I gotcha.
it was the second
I thought
one.
there was only one.
There was 4.
This feels
Got-
like the same. This feels the same. This feels the same as the. The time someone
multiple
brought up that there was
Batgirls.
multiple Batmans, and I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's been a lot of different Batmans.
So yeah, it's the first Robin is Dick Grayson. The first one turned into Nightwing down the line. He's the acrobatic one. And it was Jason, and the whole thing with him was that fans didn't like him, so he ended up getting voted to kill off, but then got revived later down the line.
Because comic characters never stay dead.
But like his own sort of anti-hero, he takes things a little bit more to the extreme than Batman. You got Tim Drake, who is like the sort of the nerdy smart one, who eventually turned in. And then Damian Wayne, who's the biological kid of Batman and Talia al Ghul, who was actually Grayson's Robin, because at the time Bruce Wayne died and Dick took over and had Damian be his Robin to teach him better, because Damian's a little brat. And that's the 4 main Robins.
How did Batman die?
Probably got like shot. or
God,
something.
it's a long story, and he didn't actually die. It involves like time travel shenanigans.
Of course.
Oh, of course it does. I love how our reaction was exactly the same of, oh yeah, no, of course it does.
Yeah, I mean it's DC.
Yeah, you just can't stay away from time travel, can you?
I'm at 700 samples out of 4,000. End me.
I did my own design of the Robins, and
I'm just not a big DC fan. Never have been.
I love that.
I've always just really been a Spider-Man and Hulk and Avengers kind of fan. That's kind of the extent.
went- My
Me and the
favorite
boys
thing.
only knowing a little bit of Superman lore, and that's it.
I only know the very baseline Superman lore.
there are a lot of I know a decent amount of the Bat family stuff. I just love their dynamic.
Ooh, I love these. I'm only familiar with the Lego Robin, if I'm going to be completely honest.
That one I think is Tim Drake. Yeah, because I think Nightwing's in it, so.
God, I do remember playing through the entire first Lego Batman game with my sister and unlocking every character, and like that was a whole experience that I had.
There's a new Batman game coming out soon where you get to play as the Robins. So you fight like the Court of Owl or whatever.
Yeah, I have heard kind of rumors
so
about
out of
that.
place
I
in the
don't know.
fucking Batman conversation.
Oh no, that's right. No, this is the thing that made me laugh about the game. Is it 3 of the Robins and 1 of the Batgirls, Tim Drake gets put on the sideline because no one likes him.
What's up, bro?
Well, no, he's considered like a lot of the fandom jokes that he's like the least favorite, and that's more sense that he's considered the most boring in some regards. But a lot of people do like him still.
Hey Jack, you should actually model the dent of the Ghost Freak thing into his clothing.
Yeah, no, it's Damian
draw the
Wayne.
dent.
That was
No,
it.
Yeah,
So,
no, I
he
will.
just acted like Tim.
And you want to know how I can? It's so easy.
Okay, just make sure to have like super detailed dents, right? You need they need to look mobile, you know? You can't just apply them as a texture.
Okay, well, so here's the thing about that, though. I literally
Jack?
can.
And
Please
then
tell
there's
me.
3 Batgirls.
There you go. Oops.
There you go. Good boy. Now do every single one like that. I've got a question for you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crystal Moon, or just Crystal. You see these things in the top left?
Top
How would
left.
you redesign them? Yeah, the 2 like dial things. Like how would you do the health bars in a Ben 10 game and like that type of stuff?
I do like. Oh. So like
in the
the
middle,
health
you see
bar
like
kind
a
of
bit
thing.
of what me and Rob were trying to do, like just an idea that Rob had. He's currently working on it.
A hard one. I think the first one. I kind of like the first one a lot.
Which one?
The one with the
Yeah.
bar goes
We're
downwards.
basically mixing that, but like since it's the classic Omnitrix, it has to be like more flat, as you can see in the middle, right? So we're trying to do that, but with the classic and having a few
Maybe
more
make
bars
the
in
health
there,
bar look like
stamina.
DNA strands.
Ooh, that'd
Mm.
be cool. But
Yeah,
And as
the
like the
timeout
DNA
one.
unravels.
bar to yeah.
Then maybe for the health bar, maybe blood cells in a sense.
By the way, one thing that I am gonna do if we get Ben Funk. I'm still making a
Just
whole
sharing it.
screenshot. Yeah, like you know,
Causing
like a little,
chaos.
like I'll model like a really small environment, right, of the park in Ben 10. Put Animo in there with an idol.
Coming
and just, you
soon.
know.
Well,
And just
you
put it
just
all
told
into
people
fucking
not
red-
to get their hopes up, and then you're describing like
No
a whole
context.
game.
What?
You just told people not to get their hopes up, and now you're describing a whole game.
Now we're intentionally doing it.
What?
Like
slapping
health bars
slapping-
and Animo boss fight and all this stuff.
We're not doing it. I'm just fucking making shit up on the spot. But like health bar is needed because we're doing combat, right? Okami already said the easiest thing for us to do is just have Ben fighting Ben. We'll just call it.
I heard Ben would 100% murder anyone causing problems. He'd kill Vilgax on the first try. That's his whole thing, is he wants to get rid of villains that he thinks like, should
Yeah.
die, like the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, for the combat testing, like after we've done the moves, we're just gonna duplicate Ben and just set an AI on him and done. And you can beat up Ben with Ben.
Just have 2 children punch each other in a park.
I mean, if
Albedo
yeah, that's pretty much
repellent.
what I was planning. Just quickly making some albedo texture for him. literally just coloring his hair
I'm
gray.
pretty
and
sure an
changing the shirt
albedo
color.
color
That's it.
was actually in, what was it, the Superpower Punching Out game or whatever? Like the Network Smash Bros kind of game. Pretty sure one of the alts for Ben was just albedo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest one to do, right? Come on, open my phone.
That game was so, like, because it had it had 4 Ben 10 characters,
Who?
and you know who they were? You got Ben, Teenage Ben, you got Vilgax, Kid Ben, because I guess Gwen didn't make the cut.
Oh my god. Doesn't make any sense.
It's because you're not allowed to beat up females.
The Powerpuff Girls were in there.
No, sorry.
No, Gwen for you. Pretty sure she is in the game though. It's like she's an assistant kind of thing.
Oh boy.
Man, we've been going for almost 3 hours now. I'm almost done. I have 2 more.
Just an assist trophy.
Vilgax makes the cut, but not
Give me
her.
1 quick second. I'm gonna grab something to eat.
Good
Ugh.
luck. On Ash, no.
Oh man. I am kind of running out of steam, and I know that I'm going to have to redesign Diamond Head, and I don't know if I have the energy to redesign Diamond Head. But, like, I don't know what would be easier, redesigning and then
Diamond
lining...
Head sucks to draw.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, redesigning and doing line art for Diamond Head is easier, or if coloring one of these would be easier as a nice send-off for the stream. I don't know.
Red Hood Ben wouldn't kill Max, because, like, Red Hood, he's had his moments, doesn't want to kill Batman, because he still cares for him. He just wants to prove a point to him. So, and someone that Max would tell him not to, just to prove a point. And kill Max. And you got
Hello, I'm back. Indeed, I did. I got some nuts.
Oh man,
Good
Tim
to
about
know.
to snack on his nuts on stream.
I
on,
knew
no.
Jack was gonna.
I got some actual, like...
Don't try to
Whatever.
fight it. He'll make it worse.
Yeah, Ben about to whip his nuts. Ben. Tim about to whip his nuts out on stream.
Ben?
Y'all were talking about Ben. I'm sorry.
Wait, no.
That's why I stopped myself. I was like, wait.
I guess it's Ben's nut fix. Anyways, here, I'm leaking my nuts.
What are they? Pistachios?
Done.
I don't know. I just grabbed
Okay.
them. We'll see.
Vex doesn't understand calamari. Well, I mean, maybe they eat squid on his planet.
Yeah, they're
Like,
cannibals.
Animal
I
squid.
doubt they have
Well, because
them.
it's like if we ate a monkey, does that count?
There's a reason we don't eat
Yeah,
monkeys.
but like some people do, but that's not cannibalism.
Yeah, like, there are some cultures that do eat monkeys and apes. Although I think apes in general are a no-go for most cultures. But
Yeah, for most, but I'm saying like in technicality, if you did eat a monkey, it wouldn't be.
I don't think it would
wouldn't
be cannibalism. No. It's a different species. It's an animal. If it can't speak, it's technically... Like, if it's... Like, we know what is human and what is not at this point. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have AI yet, so, like... Yeah, I think...
What's human at this point? Yeah, I would hope so.
Well, with some humans, I question if they're human, you know?
And what I mean by that is, like, yes, human, right? But, like,
Jellyfish
eating a
before.
monkey is like eating the equivalent of, like, a dog, right? Like, they're intelligent enough. So I think that's why most cultures, like...
But they're not
Don't.
human, so it doesn't count. So the
doesn't
same
tec-
thing with
it doesn't count as
Vilgax.
cannibalism,
like, if
but
he
it
ate
doesn't
a
mean that
squid,
you're not a
it
monster.
wouldn't be cannibalism.
Like, it wouldn't be cannibalism, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you're not a monster.
Still have the sins on your back, but
Yeah, like, I wouldn't eat
have
a
the
dog.
sins weighing on your back, but you're not a cannibal.
I don't know how we got there.
I'm gonna send an image of Charmcaster in chat, and you're gonna laugh at it.
What'd you do?
It's just a link for me.
Okay.
Can I open this? On
Don't worry
stream?
about it.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. No, good thing that didn't open on my actual screen. Although technically, it
The
probably
answer
would've
is
been fine.
technically. Yeah. Show chat.
I know.
No,
big
I will
chat
explain it to
making
chat though
those
for context.
comments.
It was a picture of the Charmcaster model that Tim made, and the way you have to make models is like human models is you have to do a quote unquote nude version, like a Barbie doll, so that you can put clothes on top of them and that they'll fit correctly.
It doesn't have any genitalia or anything.
Yeah.
Just
Like a
a
So it
Barbie
was
doll.
just a picture
It's
of
like a Barbie doll.
Charmcaster from the like collarbone up, and it looked like she was naked. Like, haha, big funny
Yeah.
joke.
Human body, funny.
Yeah.
Haha.
I mean, I could.
No. We're
Vera
not.
Redding.
No.
No.
Kick you from the call.
Me and the boys getting that bill.
I love how you said, "Hey, can I join for like 5 minutes and defend
Pussy.
myself?" And then I just didn't end
gonna shut up now.
the call. It's fine though, because like it allows me to just kind of sit back and listen and let other people fill the silence. If anybody, Max would be Shazam. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's interesting because Shazam's like a 10-year-old boy.
Well, no, like that's okay. So like Ben as a concept of a 10-year-old boy being a superhero, and Shazam as a concept being the like not what you really are, like the whole transformation thing is what inspired Ben 10 to begin with, right from the very start.
Yeah.
But also Max is designed facially to look like the old version.
May I point out that Max is legit
Yeah.
Shazam.
Yeah, I
This
mean-
is in one of the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He even has the
Based
little
on
lightning
Shazam.
bolt on his chest in the negative space of his shirt. And whenever Max is in his PJs, he's got lightning bolt PJs.
I did remember that, like, for a while before I knew that fact, I did at times be like, he looks like a young Max.
Yeah.
And then it turned out there was a reason why.
Yeah. Obviously. Ooh, man, drawing upgrade is tiring.
I just realized my Max looks like my V1 Max. I'm just looking back at it.
Just got an email from DeviantArt.
Oh no.
Oh. Hey, you haven't logged in a while. Maybe you should.
Just, all it said was just, do you want to learn how to draw a wolf? And I was like, oh,
Thank you, Demon.
Wow, now we know where furries are coming. Now we know where furries
yeah,
come
because they
from.
have like sort of this sort of streaming sort of thing, or like tutorials lately, where they basically have the artists from the platform teach you how to draw certain things. Like for a while there was like, last one I think, do you want to learn how to draw Pikachu or something?
Oh yeah. Yes.
I mean,
An
DeviantArt
art
is currently on
Program
fire,
with a
Man,
streaming service, huh?
I'm just testing my friend's game and it's going really well. Look in chat. It's going so well. Everything is definitely working.
so. Nice.
You know?
Yeah. I'm actually studying how to use like Unreal Engine and all that in Blender.
Oh.
I have homework assignment on it.
Oof. I
me
attempted
help
to
with
use
that.
Yeah, I've had a
Blender
few
for like
people
about 12
offer help
seconds,
there,
and I
yeah.
was like, nah, it's too hard. Tim was supposed to teach me how to use Blender.
So I thought one of the
and he was
assignments
like,
is to
no.
make a real life object we found, make it in Blender, and then one was make a character in Blender.
yucky.
A character already? Did you just go from, yes, make a mug. Make
No,
a
as in not Not even a small like object, and like I'm doing a phone booth.
Yeah, fair.
Tall cube with small squares in it. Yeah, exactly.
We had to draw
yeah, these are your
characters,
experience.
and now we have to use them as like reference images.
So it's yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say something, and then my brain was like, "Nope, you don't have that thought anymore." So I don't know exactly what I was gonna say, but
Instead of hero time, Red Hood Ben says
it's killing time.
killing time. Probably.
Oh. Oh man.
Good there.
Yay, I did it. Enjoy the final window.
Don't forget to stretch. Oh.
Fair enough.
So why are they all wading through green jello again?
Jack, feel free to show this one on screen. By the way, Jack.
Yeah.
Hold on. Jack.
What?
He did.
What? What did
I
it?
got his mic. Oh, there we go.
What happened?
You just died for like a You're dying.
You're dying. Your mic's going out again.
Oh no. What?
Oh, it's back.
Okay. You said also Jack
There we
what?
go. Wait. Okay, there we go.
So, Hada brought up that if any of the aliens would work in 3D, the one that would be the hardest would be Accelerate, and I'm like, now you bring it up, yeah, he would be the hardest. Luckily, we're not doing him.
Yeah. So here's the render that you were working on. I'll post it on stream. Here's a lot of our Ben 10 models
Alright.
that we've worked on together. I guess I'm just showing them to the public now.
Yep.
So we got Ben. We got forearms.
Let's see what chat has to say about them. Let's see.
Pose.
Let's see who chat hates the most.
Chat hates the most.
My favorite in this entire thing, like the pose wise, my favorite is Upgrade. He's cool looking in this pose. Heat Blast looks really good, I think.
Mine's Heat Blast. Heat Blast's my favorite.
Stinkfly's looking great, obviously. Although,
Ripjaw's
does he not have the rings around the black, or are they all just pointing
No,
straight
shut up.
down?
Oh,
Yeah,
they love
Ripjaws is not
Ripjaws.
here.
You know.
Also, Grey Matter's pose didn't change at
No.
all.
Yes. She did. I changed his
Slightly.
arms slightly.
Yeah.
Boy,
Accelerate looks pretty
Ripjaw has
good.
been disrespected.
Wild Mutt looks great. Like in Wild Mutt a
We don't
lot.
talk about Ripjaws, okay? He's
We're
hard.
treating him like season 3 of the Ben 10.
Diamond Head looks great. Ghost Freak is rather large, it seems. But I guess
I'm
maybe I
treating
don't know.
Ripjaws as he doesn't exist for now.
My favorite Diamond Head because he just looks obvious. But yeah, Ripjaws is the only one we still have to add to this.
He's kind of there.
This is kind of there.
But yeah, my favorite pose-wise is Upgrade. I
Let
like
me
how
ask Chad
stretchy
another
he is.
question. Who's your least favorite? Which one looks the worst?
I think the model that if I had to pick one to go back and tweak, the one I would go back and tweak is Accelerate. I think he looks fine. I do think his eyes are kind of the wrong shape, and this like texture stretching thing right here on his shoulders looks a little weird. He also looks just a little soft.
Ripjaws is in 3D image. She's just sleeping in the mist. Shit.
Yeah.
What?
But elsewhere, like if I had to go back and pick one to redo, I think it would be Accelerate.
Yeah,
Is it
he was a
something,
nightmare
Jack?
though.
To show everyone. What did you send me? Sleeping in the Green Mist.
Who's
Yeah.
your favorite, kids?
Who's your least
Wait, why is the Omnitrix on backwards? Why is the Omnitrix on backwards?
favorite kid? Let me-
Why is
I'm
the
all
Omnitrix
down.
on backwards? Why is the button on the... Why... The button should be on the other side. Hold on. Hold on. I'll fix it.
Paint it out.
So stupid.
Just paint it out.
Oh no.
You've done what the show's done. Oh, Discord.
Nobody panic.
Oh, no.
Nobody panic. Stop panicking.
Nobody panic.
Why is everybody panicking? Stop panicking. Okay, it's fixed. So it seems like we have some more tweaking to do to this render, huh? Can't make it my desktop background just yet.
Darn it.
Alright, there we go. Back to this. I think I'm going to finish lining upgrade, and I'm going to do the color on maybe one of them, so we'll have to maybe do a poll or a vote about who I should do the color for. And then we're going to end the stream.
No one. No, I have to go.
2 hours, God.
I've been streaming for 3 hours, 14 minutes.
Before you end the stream, can we quickly show the stream Ripjaws, how far he is and how lame he
See
is?
my boy.
Sure.
So this is the state he's in.
Which, in all honesty, is not terrible.
Hey,
Can we get like
boy.
a... do you want to have the mesh on, or do you want to send a different version without the mesh?
No, this one's good.
Alright. So this is what Ripjaws looks like.
Here it is, like in the early stages.
This is all we got of Ripjaws right now. Our boy, he's a little sleepy. He's a little tired. He doesn't want to get up and join the crowd for the group shot just yet. But we're working on it.
Boy lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, Connor, you said you sent me something on Discord, but I didn't receive anything from you as far as I know. Oh, is it just the Red Hood Ben It's Killing Time thing? Is that what it is? This is a Ben 10 fan game. No, it's not.
No.
No.
It's exactly the opposite.
Oh.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
You didn't see anything.
No, but on a serious note, this is not a fan game. This is just, a few friends messing around in Unreal Engine, seeing what they can do.
Yep. And the models are not even for the fan game.
What?
The models
Okay,
are not
these
even
look
for
nice.
the test thing that we're doing. Like the alien models aren't even going to be the Unreal Engine project that we're doing. I don't think we're doing the aliens, right? As far as I know. We're just doing Ben. And even still, I'm not even a part of it, so no, it's not a fan game.
Jack's mic is just slowly dying over
It's the
this
furthest
stream.
thing from a fan game. Okay, gotcha. Now I gotcha, for sure. Either way. We are making the 3D models, though, for just whatever purposes, personal purposes. We're not doing any large-scale projects with these models currently, is the only thing that I'm going to say. We're not even making really even small-scale projects with these models currently. At least not yet. Okay. Y'all, Upgrade is such a pain. I love the boy's design, but he's so annoying to draw.
Hello. I actually find him pretty easy to draw.
Just, I don't know, just the parallel lines and the, like, keeping everything the same width. If you're doing it like you paint the whole thing black and then you just use a thick brush, Like, yeah, that's not fine. That's not too bad. That's an easy way to do it. But the way that I'm doing it currently, where you outline everything, is not fun. I do like, however, that I
Outline
know
them
just
too.
realized
the lock on his chest. Is
y'all have featured on like the Rust Bucket and like drawing streams. I just realized that's not gonna happen for 3D art.
No.
Anything I do takes me like weeks. It's not gonna be feasible.
Are you sad that you can't join the stream?
Nah, I'm not too sad about it. I would get extremely nervous and just cry.
I was kind of nervous, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. So I've
Like,
learned
if
something.
get
I
the
always thought that I was an
opportunity, sure, I'll
introvert.
hop on.
I've always thought that I was an introvert, but I don't think I am.
Oh,
I think I'm actually a extrovert who
I have always known that I am an introvert.
like I think I'm an extrovert who just doesn't go to social events very often. Like I was kind of I don't know, I just never wanted to leave my house because I'm an artist and I like spending time in my room. But I'm always talking to someone, and I get more energy like in social situations. That's why I like streaming so much. That's why I like talking to Tim on Discord all the time, because like it keeps me energized and it keeps me, you know, awake. And you know, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but you get what I'm
Could be a
talking about.
What is it? An omnivert?
I suppose.
Is that what it is? The thing where you're kind of
Ben 10 Omnivert.
omnivert?
Crystal, thank you for saying my art is good. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's good. I like it too. Instead of becoming the 9th grade
I hope you all
ninja,
realize
I'll
what I just put in chat.
I have no idea. I've never watched that show, Justin. Never watched it. I've watched clips of it online, but that's as far as my knowledge about Randy Cunningham goes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's why we love you so much. Oh my goodness. What was I gonna say? Okay, I guess I have to pick an alien to color, huh? Actually, I don't even know if I have the energy for that. I'll be completely honest with you. I've been streaming for
Sound tired.
3.5 hours now. It's almost 3 a.m. I really should be heading to bed soon. So I will do this though. I'm just gonna make a new layer here. Because somebody asked earlier what 10 aliens I would have on my personal playlist. So, Wild Mutt for sure. Whoops. Come on, can I... Wild Mutt. Oh, no.
I love the conversation that's going on in the text chat. Shit, wrong gif.
Oh gosh.
Funny.
Ignore
What
that.
have you done?
Just shush.
What were you searching to send?
Don't worry about it. I was trying to find a meme and then I accidentally clicked the GIF section and then you know. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, let me make up for it and send this. Have a crying child.
There we go.
I don't like children.
Here's Red Hood Ben.
Failing with me here.
There you go. Although I feel like I should make a rule, and this is not because I don't like your art, and then it's not because I don't like that people share art. I feel like though I should make a rule of, with art tax, you should kind of maybe just send 1 or 2 images max. Like I say, oh, it's time for art tax. everybody send one image, and then we just do that. Because, yeah, it just seems like it seems simpler and easier. Someone said I was a bottom. I don't know what that means. Well, don't Google it, especially if you're not 18.
Yeah,
Unless you're
don't
over
go
18, then you
googling
can do
it.
So
I mean,
wild
yeah, I mean,
mutt,
that's not like
gray
I'm gonna
matter.
stop you.
What other aliens did I say I would have? I know I would have Big Chill.
A
I
bottom is what
Definitely want.
Jack is.
Shut up. But no, yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I can't tell if that's an insult.
That was. That so was.
Big Chill. I would want. Oh, I said Cannonbolt before.
Button baby bitch boy Jack.
Hey, my parents watch these streams. Shut up. Wild Mutt, Grey Matter, Big Chill, Cannonbolt.
Are these like what?
I think I definitely would
what
want
you've
Heat
turned
Blast
Kevin into?
because he's just so freaking cool. Yeah, sure, Connor. We'll take that.
Sure.
We'll take it mean that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
What did he say?
Yeah.
I think it means bunk beds.
Wild Mutt, Grey Matter, Big Chill, Cannonbolt, Heat Blast. I need 5 more aliens. I forget which aliens are cool, man. Pesky Dust? Why would I need Pesky
Nice.
Dust?
So like, Connor, don't worry, I got you. Search it up on Wikipedia. Bottom is a television show. It's an English television
No,
series.
shush,
It's
shush.
written by Rick Morial and
Shut.
Aaron Johnson. It's from 1991, right? Gonna stop.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of ones that are like from
And
all
it's-
throughout Ben 10.
It's aired on the BBC.
Tim?
Yeah.
Should I go with Ditto or Echo Echo? Because I want one that can copy themselves, because I want to experience that.
Ditto, because you
like,
just better.
I don't know. Both equally.
I like Echo Echo a lot, too. I think I will go with Echo, because I can get the cloning experience.
But then again, what I've done for Ditto is funny, so.
I like the cloning experience. I can get that from Echo Echo. But Echo Echo also has like the sound abilities, which I think would be interesting to play with.
What about you do your own alien? Says
I want to go with canon aliens at least for now for this first playlist, and
Yeah.
then I would definitely do my own alien, like more of my own aliens for a second playlist.
I'm gonna use one of my aliens.
Well, this is like a playlist that I'm trying to put together so that I can make different versions of my
God.
avatar.
You better have stink
I
fire.
meant like aliens as in my own
Oh,
alien.
No, I'm
but-
talking
well,
about-
I have Big Chill. He's already a flying one, so I want to get like the biggest range of experiences, right? Like different body types, different ways of experiencing the world. So, I did say Eye Guy, because I've never experienced
Cannibal.
360.
favorite alien wins.
So I've got Wild Mutt. I've never been like blind or experienced anything like that. Gray Matter. I would love to be small and also smart. Big Chill. I think just Big Chill's cool. Also, he can fly and be a ghost and turn invisible and do all that cool stuff. So that would be interesting. Cannonbolt
Disappear and fly.
is just awesome. Heat Blast is just cool. I like him. I'd never been on
I
fire
don't like
before.
the other guys.
Echo Echo. I would love to be able to see like what it's like to experience being multiple beings at the same time.
Oh, that's the wrong
Eye
chap.
Eye Guy would be just interesting.
Leave me alone.
Ripjaws, since you did art for it. Yeah, I think Ripjaws would be a fun one. I love swimming anyway, and I would want to explore the ocean without
What are the
feeling
Andromeda aliens?
like I would want to explore the ocean without feeling a lot of fear about it, and Ripjaws would allow you to do that. So Ripjaws would be a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need 2 more. Andromeda aliens.
What about
like, way
Do you have one
big?
of those yet?
Oh, way big would be
He
scary.
lives in a cosmic storm, for crying out loud.
I don't know if I would want to ever be
Yeah.
way big, because he's just too accidentally destructive, and I would feel terrible.
Fair enough.
What about Alien X? You can't get more like unique than that.
I don't think I could handle that kind of power.
I don't think I could handle it. If I had the power of Alien X, I would absolutely use it for evil.
I think I'd just start crying.
What do you mean? I love arguing with people.
Let's see.
How would love being Alien X. He would argue for
Redesigned
days.
What I've redesigned the Celestial Sapiens actually.
I want to see.
Armadillo.
I'm going with a concept that all of them come in different shapes and forms, so they can range from being little blob creatures to just like creatures from like the abyss.
All right,
I think I would pick
Okay,
feedback because I don't have
done.
an electric alien on this list yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 1 more. Feedback and looking over at the shelf, seeing which ones I have toys of.
Looking at the toys.
I mean, I have a lot of the toys, right? So I'm like trying to think of like which aliens I'm forgetting. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to jog my memory.
Gravitack would be good.
Gravitech could be interesting.
Honestly, being a living planet, yeah.
I think it's gravity. That was quite useful. Unique.
And you know, the fact that he can change his size at will.
Yeah, that seems to be weird. He is weirdly large and small and.
Here are the
changes
3
size
I've
by-
done as examples.
I don't know.
Ooh, I like the butterfly-looking one.
Okay, so we've got like.
The one at the bottom, it's Libra,
Looks really cool.
and the 2 at the top are husband and wife. So the wife is the big one. That's Estelle. That's her husband, Isa. They're
The
in
little
love.
blobby.
How do you feel about this
I'm thinking maybe upgrade, but I don't know.
image?
This image.
It would be a
Who you
different
ask?
design.
Both. Most. To you.
Obviously.
Human.
Human.
I mean, technically, if my avatar had the Omnitrix, human would be on the roster, right? So, like, haha, funny.
What about Snarrow?
Black goat.
Ooh, I did forget about Snarrow. Ooh. I like Snarrow a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna be
think
honest. The one Anna alien I'm not a fan of is the Frankensteins.
Yeah, I don't like that either. They're too human.
Yeah, they're too human, and it's like at least with the other ones, they feel more plausible. But like Frankenstein was a singular being, so it seems a little weird
Yeah.
to me.
Also, like, any creature that has, like, biomechanical augmentation, see, like, how do you genetically have machines on you? You know?
Yeah.
How does your DNA create machines? I don't know. Accelerate would be an interesting one as well.
I suppose it depends, like, because I know that there are some aliens that we've got that just don't make
Blocks
sense, but
moment.
it's the whole point. Blocks. I do have a concept for blocks and how I'm going to change.
Yeah, remind me of
I
some of the
haven't
Omniverse
designed it
aliens.
yet, but I'm
I don't
gonna make
remember.
it like gonna have it that he's more based on like layered terracotta kind of thing. He still kind of builds and stuff, and I had it that his species lives on the same planet as the sludge puppies. The sludge puppies come from an area that's more wetter, like a sort of marsh kind of thing, whereas the blocks ones come from a desert. So they're both like kind of dirt mud based. beings.
Interesting. Yeah.
Transform a lot.
I love the thing I sent in
Different
chat
ways.
so much. I can't stop looking at it. No.
Hopper.
Then I had a thing for Armadillo to keep as a way to keep his sort of metal body and make it make sense. There's an actual snail in real life that has a metal shell because it absorbs iron.
That's actually a really cool fact.
So I'm gonna base it off of that, and that when they're young they don't really have it, but over time they absorb metal and iron into their bodies and make it a shell. I get an image of the snail. Looks really
Big way. It's a combination of
Interesting.
way big and big chill.
go away. big.
It's either big or way chill.
There's a few aliens you can do that to. You can do that with, what was it, like Wild Mutt and Wild Vine is just
Wild or Muttvine.
it's wild.
Wild West. Wicked Wild. Wicked Wild. Wicked Wild
Wild.
West.
Worst
Oh my
has
God, I
really
can't-
funny
I can't
names because
pick.
you can just be like the Mutt, the arms.
Cannot pick. Diamond Head. Just because he's cool, and I would like to see what it's like to be Rocks. I don't know.
I think it's good.
Like I couldn't think of anything. I was like, Diamond Head's one of my favorites. Just go with it. Yeah.
Is this like your first 10 would
Yeah, if I could pick my first 10,
be?
this is what I
Mine
would be.
Stinkfly, 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 Stinkfly.
I did it
and
once, and I
Stinkfly.
can't remember everything I put on there. I know Big Chill was on there. That was my main because it's my favorite alien. Yeah. I put down water habit and water alien that could go on land and on the surface because as much as I love Ripjaws, his whole thing of having legs but not breathing on land seems kind of dumb to me. Or get me in trouble.
Yeah, I would want to have an upgraded version of the Omnitrix that does the thing in Alien Force where it creates any structures
things
that it
that
would
are
need.
needed.
Yeah, like the breathing
Yeah,
apparatus
yeah.
for Brainstorm, or the
If I
big
had
metal
that, then
suit
yeah, I'd
for
go
energy.
Ripjaws, but did Echo. I know that.
Water Hazard is just a water version of Iron Man. Yeah, kind of.
I mean, yeah. Is that wrong? I think I put Hate Blast on. I'm forgetting my own playlist.
So yeah, eventually what this playlist will become is a version of my avatar that has an Omnitrix and can use all of the numbers on my number pad to transform. And it'll just be the 4-image transformation. I'm still like, you know. Bro, Jack is still going. Yeah, I'm actually about to wrap up though. We've been going for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I still have one thing to go, but I'm gonna finish this in my own free time, probably tomorrow. I might stream, maybe. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be later in the evening, but it won't be quite as late as 11:30. It'll probably be around like 8 or 9 p.m. We'll see. It is a definite maybe, though. I don't know what my plans are for tomorrow. But I have to redesign Diamond Head because I hate the way he looks. I need to change him.
Fix his shoulder pads.
I need to figure out a better way to do him. And then I need to color all of these. And then I'll have the footage for my video. Which, by the way, for y'all who are using Clip Studio Paint, if you don't know, you can go in the settings, and in the newest version of CSP, you can go to time lapse and just hit record time lapse. And what that does is just it records every single keystroke, or not every keystroke, but every brush stroke that you make, and it records a time lapse of your
that's so
entire
handy.
progress. So I no longer ever need to record my screen to do a time lapse. All I have to do is go here and go to time lapse, export time lapse. I don't know if this is going to show up on screen or not, but I then have a time lapse of my video.
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
lucky.
it's going to show on screen or not. I genuinely can't tell. It might not. I'm trying to wait and see.
Right, Connor.
Let me grab OBS and see if it's working. No, it's currently not. Let me see.
I love how everyone's going to bed and it's like 8 in the morning from, well, 9 a.m. for me.
7 p.m. for
Yeah,
me.
there's no way for me to show this on screen right now. You'll see it. You'll see it eventually when the video comes out. But yeah, so all I would have to do is just export that, and it would probably take a while. But it would export it as an MP4, and then I can just use that in any editing program. So yeah. But
Nice.
as it goes, the stream is now ending. So thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you to Crystal Moon and Zyfly, or Crystal and Tim. I don't know Crystal's real name. But, yeah, thank you guys for hopping in and just absolutely going nuts. And it is...
I'm sorry.
It is a pleasure always.
I'm not sorry.
Of course, yeah. It has been a ton of fun. I love everybody. Thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. These streams are always a ton of fun, and I love the community that we've created.
Like,
Really
subscribe, and hit the gosh darn bell.
Yeah,
Subscribe, everyone.
Hit the bell specifically so you're notified when I go live and all the other stuff. Video coming out
Support
about this
Slime
stuff
Boy.
soonish. I don't know. We'll see. This will probably be my next upload, so like, we'll see. But elsewise, I will see you next stream. Peace. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Gonna wait a couple seconds before I hit stop streaming so that I make sure it ends correctly. Alright, goodbye.
Yo.